it's another Friday, and another Friday means another night of high school football. Trinity Christian Academy taking on their arch rivals just around the corner, the USJ Bruins. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the BallGame Blitz TV show and the Worthy Road Studios production of TCA high school football and basketball, and we'll have maybe even some baseball and softball down the road. You never know. Jay Cashin is our producer-director. Stan Gerard is working the color tonight, and I'm Dave McCulley. Good to be with you tonight, Stan. A perfect night for football. Just beautiful temperatures, beautiful skyline across the way as the sun's setting over to the west. Good evening, sir, and welcome back to another night of high school football. And need I say more, TCA hosting USJ.
Well, it's like you'll hear in the interview with Coach Butler. If you're a football player and you can't get it for a game like this, you've got no soul. That's the only way I can describe it. If you're a football player, you are up for a game like this. You have to be. You got to be. It requires it. Big rivalry ball game. Couple of schools, while they respect each other, they're not necessarily on each other's Christmas card list every year. And things have been known to get a little chippy from time to time. We hope that doesn't happen. But a big game, first place on the line. USJ can lock up first place in the region. TCA still undefeated region play. A win by us will keep us alive for first place. So a lot to be decided here tonight in this ball game.
USJ 6-1, 4-0 in the league. They're only lost to Union City, a team that TCA only trailed by a point at halftime up in Union City, but went on to lose quite handily as Union City exploded in the second half, and that was 4 weeks ago tonight, as a matter of fact. The Lions coming in 2-0 and 3-4 in the league, and coming in with some ability and some talent. This USJ team, though, Stan, people I talk to, and I've talked to several, and I've watched them on TV a couple of times with E+ TV's replays. One of the best USJ teams I've seen in a while.
Well, you look at their quarterback, Pettigrew. He's only throwing 103 passes on the year, yet Diamond, he's got 18 touchdown passes. That's a 17.4% of his pass attempts result in touchdowns, and that is a phenomenal percentage. The running back Finch is approaching 1,000 yards. He'll likely crack that tonight. And they don't have a receiver that is just totally outstanding, dominating with the numbers, but they have a stable of sticky-handed people that know how to run their routes that all have good, solid yardage.
I don't remember through the years, Stan, and you and I have called this rivalry almost every year, both of us together or one of us at least. I don't ever remember a USJ team that beat themselves. This TCA team, they have had a really good year. Coming in tonight, as we said, 3-4, riding that win from the other night. And certainly this USJ team, more seasoned, more veterans than TCA, but this TCA team can really play when they are clicking in gear and not making mistakes on their own.
Well, TCA, a team that's finally found its feet as far as winning the ball game. They're playing a lot better ball the last couple of weeks.
Got some people healthy, too.
Yeah, and USJ lost that game to Union City several weeks ago, but then turn around and knock off Hardin County, a 4A team, and beat them decisively, and they've just been punishing people. We know what they did to Jackson Christian a couple of weeks ago over at their house, and they're a team that's been playing ever since their loss to Union City. They have been playing exceptional football. They are primed for a letdown.
They always feed us well. The hospitality here at TCA, dating me back for about, 2005. Then Stan joined me a few years after that. They've always fed us well, always treated us great. Stan, though, has a habit of always saying, hey, this is great, but when are we going to get steak and shrimp? We'll mark it down. October the 14th, 2022, Matt Coble and Dexter Williams met us, and they delivered steak and shrimp to the press box.
Steak.
I felt so bad for Jay that I actually gave him half of my steak. You gave him some shrimp, so we didn't leave Jay out as well.
Steak, shrimp, baked potato, grilled asparagus, our choice of pie, and drink. Oh, my, I'm not going to be very good.
You had what I say to pecan. You call it pecan.
It's the official pronunciation is pecan.
I had the lemon ice box. More about that a little later. Let's take a 2-minute break. When we come back, this is the countdown to kickoff, about 23 and a half minutes before we kick it off. When we come back, Stan had a chance to catch it with Blake Butler earlier today. You'll hear the pregame thoughts of the head mentor and the countdown to kickoff. TCA hosting USJ tonight on the BallGame Blitz. Stay with us.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank has assembled an all-star staff with decades of experience in the Jackson and West Tennessee markets. Our top priority is listening to your goals and dreams, helping you develop a plan to achieve them. benefit from our more than 100 years of experience. Visit us at Thompson Farms or give us a call. West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
We offer live webcasting for families. It kind of came out of when so many warriors were going overseas to war. We have learned to offer families more choices, that we want to serve our families well and serve our families better.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Hello, I'm Chad P. Wilson with Foundation Bank, a family-owned community bank here in West Tennessee. You know, home buying can be a long and confusing process, especially in today's market. Well, our Home Sweet Home Loan program offers incredibly competitive rates and allows you to keep your loan local throughout the entire life of the loan. So start your financial conversation with us today by visiting foundationbank.org or calling us on the number on the screen. In the meantime, go Lions! McKinsey Banking Company and Foundation Bank are an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
All right. Both teams have been out warming up earlier tonight. They both have gone back to their respective dressing rooms at the moment. The Bruins coming in from nearby, just around the corner here on Windy City Road and off McClellan. Meanwhile, the Lions here at the Lions Lair, a beautiful night stand. Temperatures in the low 70s, will be down in the 50s and 60s, actually the 60s by the time the game is commencing pretty well, and then in the 50s later tonight. You had a chance to talk to Blake Butler earlier. Here's the pregame thoughts with Stan Gerard with the head mentor, Blake Butler.
I'm speaking with the head coach of the TCA Lions, Blake Butler. Coach, after a week off for a fall break, we're back at business, and it is rivalry week, what I like to call the annual neighborhood street fight, TCA and USJ.
Yeah, it's a good time to kind of hit the pause button last week and work on some things, get better at what we do, and take a couple days off. But again, coming into this week, we jump right back into region and a team that obviously is won our region and right down the road, and it's exciting night for football.
Coach, obviously great weather, a game that's going to carry a lot of importance. USJ, a chance to sew up the region. TCA, a chance to still be in contention for region championship play. And unless I'm mistaken, we could sew up a home game with a victory tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot at stake, and we've talked with our kids about we control our own destiny. We're sitting 3-0 in region right now. USJ also is undefeated in region play, and it's opportunity for our team to really take a step forward against a team that has been kind of the bell cow of our region the past couple years, and it's an opportunity to, like I said, take that step forward and be in control and go compete for a region title.
You look at the TCA Lions. The last few weeks we've been playing a lot better football. We're getting hot and getting better at the right time.
Yeah, we've seen some young guys be able to get reps. A lot of kids get opportunities the past couple weeks and pick up a couple region wins along the way, and definitely taking a step up in terms of just the competition this week, and just excited to have an opportunity to go out there and play and just lay it all on the line, and like I said, try to finish 4-0 this week in region.
Now it is a step up in competition. But the W's we've had the last 3 weeks, it does give these kids a big boost.
You know, it does. Anytime you finish with a win at the end of the week, it's a good week. And, like I said, our kids are getting more confident in what they're doing, and that's vital for a young group. When you look at, just from an offensive standpoint, we've sophomore at quarterback, freshmen and sophomores at running back, and, 4 of our receivers, 3 are sophomore and 1's a senior playing football for the first time. And so those kids are going to continue to grow as our season progresses in their understanding and just feel for the game. And, like I said, I think they're going to put together some good football over these next few weeks.
Coach, you look at this USJ ball club. Once again, a very balanced ball club. Even a little bit run heavy with Finch this year, approaching the 1,000-yard mark. But once again, a fine quarterback in Pettigrew. We talked off mic. His touchdowns to passes thrown, his percentage 17.4%. That says he's making a lot of wise decisions out there when he has the ball.
Yeah, when you look at their offense, the run game really makes them go, and what that does is open up a lot of the RPO and play action game, and their quarterback does a great job of really setting that up and giving his guys a chance. You look at Seals, the tight end H-back, and Barksdale there in the slot. Those are a lot of their guys that make plays for them, especially in the RPO and play action game. But again, they've had a couple other guys step up on the outside, and really the past couple of weeks, you go back and look at their JCS game, was really, you started to see a step forward in Pettigrew in terms of his quarterback play of really starting to push the ball downfield a little bit more, make some plays downfield, and that's opened up their offense significantly the past couple of weeks.
Barksdale's their biggest receiver, 513 yards. But even though that's not a tremendous amount of yards, USJ a lot of weapons. They got a lot of kids with 200-300 yards each. So very balanced in how they distribute the football.
Yeah, they've been able to move the football around, like I said, whether it be on the ground or through the air, and just been able to distribute it. If you look at it, those are a lot of the same names that made plays for them in the previous years, and it's something they've been able to grow over the past couple years together. And so they've got their playmakers. They have who they like to get the ball to, but like I say, there's not a guy that they put on the field that you can just say, oh, we don't have to worry about him, because they have capable playmakers in other spots as well.
Talking about our own TCA Lions, of course, Waller's still the class of the state as far as receivers go. He's knocking on 1,000 yards with 916 yards. There's no question they're going to try and put him in the jailhouse all night long.
Yeah, you do a few things, week to week to try to get your playmakers the ball, and obviously it becomes very apparent to opposing coaches, who your top playmakers are. Just how we scout them, they scout us, and it's no secret that Braden is one of our playmakers, and we like to get him a lot of touches. But again, that's some of the fun in coaching, but also some of the fun in it being a team sport, and it's going to present opportunities for other guys to step up and make plays, and for us to go out and get a win, and for us to advance as a team, we need those guys to continue to make plays, and we've seen a little bit of it along the course of our season, and I think we're going to see a few more guys hopefully step up tonight.
And when you look at it, to me, a lot of that's going to fall on Cade's shoulder. He's got to be able to, not only find Waller when he can, but he's got to be able to find those checkdowns and get the ball to those guys while they're open.
Yeah, you look at even on the other side, Weiser's made a few plays for us. Cooper in the slot, Joshua Delk also kind of playing our H-back position. But also you start to look at, Kai Tompkins has made some plays, run game and pass game. And, as Colby Moore's gotten back healthy, I think we'll see a little bit more of him out there as well.
Coach, keys to victory tonight against the Bruins of USJ.
In the past, it always has really kind of come down to taking care of the football early on, preventing turnovers, and just preventing the big play. When we've been able to stop the big play and kind of not have those breakdowns defensively, it's really helped us. And I'd like to see us defensively get our hands on the ball a couple times tonight. I think that can go a long way. You look at what can really set our team up is forcing some turnovers, and that's a step I'd like to see our defense take tonight.
Coach, if you're a player tonight and you don't have, the way I look at it, this is one of those games that if you can't get up for this game, you don't have a soul and shouldn't be playing the game. And if you're an old timer like you or me, this is one of these games because, boy, I wish I had one more. Let's be like the rock group Warrant. Let's lay it on the line.
Yeah, this is definitely an exciting game tonight. Like I said, it's a rivalry game, region game. Be a big crowd tonight, great football weather, and just overall one of those memorable nights you can have.
Let's send them off to Double-A in fine style.
it'd be nice to send them off with a victory for TCA tonight.
That's the head coach of the TCA Lions, Blake Butler. The governor is calling me. You are watching the Countdown to Kickoff pregame show right here on the BallGame Blitz and the TCA Broadcast Network.
For the past 22 years, Tennessee Tractor has been committed to you, our customers. That's why our locally owned business delivers great John Deere products with great service at a great price. From the backyard to the back 40, whatever size project your family's got, you can rely on us to help you get it done. From our friendly staff to our reliable equipment and our quality service, Tennessee Tractor has one goal: to keep you and your family up and running. Hometown value, hometown service. That's Tennessee Tractor.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't. And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits, from immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief. You can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
Along with Jay Cashin and Stan Gerard, Trace Robertson will be our cameraman tonight. Jay is our producer and director. Paul Schultz is in the house tonight with another network, but he is our executive producer and director, of course, of Worthy Road Studios, the BallGame Blitz. I'm Dave McCulley. And Stan, tonight, a big one here, USJ and TCA. Great job of the interview as well, as you always do with Blake, and some really interesting thoughts. But you've got to look at some other games, and some of them already underway, I think.
Yeah, look at some other games. We're going to look at some games in the East and Middle as well. DCA at Middle Tennessee, at Mount Juliet Christian School. DCA, your defending state champion, is going to walk away in that one. Columbia Academy at Nashville Christian. Columbia Academy playing for their playoff lives tonight against Nashville Christian. Middle Tennessee Christian tonight's got the night off. They play Webb. West Carroll and Greenfield. West Carroll, both teams actually playing for their playoff lives. Greenfield has to win this game to keep their hopes alive. A win by West Carroll tonight could solidify them as the number 4 seed. In that same region, Lake County is at Halls. Halls is currently second. Lake County is third. The winner of this game will finish second in that region, and the loser will finish third. So a lot on the line, including a home playoff game. And I'd just like to say this, good luck to them Halls Tigers tonight. One of the really feel-good stories of this ball season.
Yeah, Peabody sort of brought them back to earth, but we'll see what they have tonight. That should be a good ball game, though.
One of the big games in West Tennessee, South Gibson 5-2, 2-1, at Haywood 7-0, 3-0. And that is a huge game in that region. Winner will be the champion in that region. Haywood's got to be the prohibitive favorite in that one, although the last time these two teams played at Haywood, it was a good thing Haywood paid the light bill on the scoreboard because they lit it up.
I understand Haywood's quick as cats, and they are very good, very good, the Tomcats.
Crockett County looks to keep their playoff hopes alive as they travel to Jackson to take on the north side. Same thing with McNary as they come to town to take on the south side. Covington is at Dyer County. Covington 4-0 in the region, looking to take care of business. Another team is fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, Diamond, and you don't often say this. Milan 4-3, 1-2 against or at Obion County 4-3, 2-1. A Milan loss would put them in a world of hurt.
No doubt about it. Milan. I was listening to Steve Heyman, my good friend, early this morning on the Milan station. It's one of those crazy things. Milan could actually finish second in their region, or they could be completely out.
It's one
That's
of the
crazy.
Very, very strange. Most of the teams in our region are off this weekend. However, we've got Jackson Christian at FACS. FACS, I think, is going to end up probably being the number 5 seed out of the West in the playoffs this year. Jackson Christian, we'll see them next week in a big rivalry game as well. Another one, boy, you jump from the fire into the frying pan. From USJ to Jackson Christian, but Jackson Christian, FACS, the Eagles should control that one.
I agree.
Liberty is at Hardin County. They'll be the sacrificial lamb there. Peabody is at Humboldt tonight. Peabody 3-0. Humboldt, again, another team trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They've got to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. It doesn't look good for the Vikings of Humboldt.
Well, they're better, Stan, and I think they won a couple of games this year, and they're much better, but they've got a long way to go before they can start competing and beating Peabody.
And Diamond, a team that we might see in Division II next year, a returning team, Ezel Harding is in town. They're taking on JCM out at Liberty tonight. Ezel Harding trying to get their enrollment back up and pumping up some money in their program, and they played some good football at times this year. Might be welcoming them back to Division II next season.
Yeah, I think we're going to take a break here in a minute because we have the invocation coming up. And Miss Tennessee, the reigning Miss Tennessee 2022 is here tonight. She's going to grace us with her vocals, and she's going to do the anthem, I think, in just a matter of moments, I believe. Jay told me. Saw her back behind the press box. We're going to try to get her up here for a photo op, but we'll have that. Oh, invocation and anthem. Going to get that on tonight, Jay? You want to get the anthem on? Okay, let's get the anthem on and invocation.
Lord, we pray for good sportsmanship on both sides of the ball. And lastly, Lord, we thank you for your son, Jesus. And we give you all the glory, honor, and praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocky track lay, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A fine rendition of the national anthem. Those Diamond Dave McCulley singing lessons once again pay off dividends. And I might tell you this, Dave. She was walking through earlier and she was waving, much like Miss Audrey Teague. She was waving through you to get to me.
No doubt about that. And Debbie Roberts Pendergrass as well. But Jay Cashin is the guy that gave those singing lessons to the reigning Miss Tennessee. What a lovely lady, and what a lovely rendition of our anthem.
Always like it when it comes in at about minute 10.
The captains for the black-clad TCA Lions tonight, they will be Will Weiser, Nick Jones, also Mr. Keltner, Will Keltner down there, and the other one is going to be number 66, Harrison Vance. TCA in the black, all black tonight, and across the way USJ in the white with the Columbia blue numbers. And we'll spot those as they come this way, Stan.
Yeah. Kind of an interesting crowd. Still kind of a smallest crowd. Surprised there's still plenty of room on the USJ side. Well, they do have some more fans coming in here, the TCA students lying in the field to greet the TCA Lions as they come on the field. But, Diamond, as we talked about, always a rivalry game when these two play. And this is one of those years where there's a lot on the line besides just bragging rights.
No doubt about it. The captains for USJ coming right at us: Mark Cox, Parker Barnes, Berkeley Pettigrew, their outstanding quarterback, and Kevin Finch, their great running back. We mentioned a moment ago Will Weiser, Nick Jones, Will Keltner, and Harrison Vance representing your TCA Lions. The Bruins coming out on the field down to my left. Meanwhile, the Lions are getting ready to come through the big corridor down there, and they'll be coming out here in just a minute. Stan, we heard from Blake Butler, the expert. You've heard from you and I a little bit here in the pregame. What are Stan Gerard's final thoughts, the keys for a TCA upset tonight?
I think the defense is just going to play exceptional football. We're going to have to get a couple of 3-and-outs. There's no question about it. We've got to stop and force them to punt the football. And if we can get a couple of 3-and-outs and get a score early, we're going to stay in this game. If we can carry it into the fourth quarter, stick around until the fourth quarter, and then let's just stand at the middle of the field and throw haymakers at each other for the whole fourth.
Excuse me, Stan. What a great shot, as it appears TCA has won the toss. Well, we'll double-check that, and let's see. I think USJ may have won it. They may have deferred.
Yep.
Nope. It's going to be TCA on defense to begin the game. USJ, the Bruins coming in. Michael Strapp, the head coach, done a good job over there. Meanwhile, Blake Butler, the dean of all coaches here in the city. And we get ready for this one to begin here in just a matter of moments. Remind you that tonight's game being brought to you in the BallGame Blitz by Worthy Road Studios.
And a host of sponsors, including Thompson Smith Insurance, Aloha Pools, Jackson State Community College, Southeastern Termite and Pest Control, Elite Dental, Carlock Nissan, Mitchell's Body Shop, West Tennessee Bank, McCoy's Heating and Air, Alive Hydration Spa, Lifeline Blood Services, Kaufman's Furnishings and Appliances, Tennessee Tractor, Waterwell Solutions, Arrington Funeral Directors, The Bank of Jackson, King Jewelers, Lonnie Cobb Ford, Nest Realty and Lifestyle Vision, Diamax, and the fine folks at Schnookums.
You and I have talked through the years as the teams get ready, and there come the Bruins down to our left as they burst out through that big sign down there. The cheerleaders doing the somersaults. Meanwhile, the Lions, now they come out down to my right. Some of them wearing pink tonight with the pink socks. National Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the month, I should say, of October. Stan, you and I have talked through the years about cousins, brothers, sisters, mamas, daddies. Maybe a gal marries a guy. One went to one school, one went the other. Tonight, mixed emotions, I'm sure, for Larry Vales, our good buddy, because Cooper Vales is a key member of the TCA Lions. Meanwhile, his other grandson, or one of his other grandsons, Brooke Jones, is a senior on the USJ team.
I mean, not only do we got cousins playing against each other, you've got USJ players dating TCA ladies. You got TCA players dating USJ ladies. It is all intermixed, and it is an interesting week. It always is this week of the year.
Yeah, and we see the student body, too. You can't see them on the screen right now, but they're coming out, and what a wonderful sight. Most of them wearing pink tonight. Again, October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Well, Diamond, like you said, USJ in their white uniforms with red trim, Columbia Royal blue, TCA in the all black with the pink socks for most of them. TCA defending the south goal, going to kick towards the north, and USJ defending the north goal. It's going to be a battle for first place in the Division II West region. First place on the line will be decided tonight. And we're about to get set for high school football here in West Tennessee. The battle of the two best. It's TCA and USJ, two of the storied programs. And with the call of the game, he's known simply as the voice of sports, Diamond Dave McCullough.
Thank you very much, Dan. And Pierce Hosinger boots it. He's had 13 touchbacks, make it 14. He's got one there. And it will be the Bruins with the football to begin the first play from scrimmage anyway, as we get you 3 seconds into this battle. Big crowd on both sides of this Lions lair tonight at 10 Windy City Road.
One of the single biggest weapons TCA has is Holsinger kicking the ball in the end zone, makes him have to go 80 yards for a score. If they drive the ball down the field, more opportunities for them to make a turnover.
No doubt about it. 20-yard line. Michael Strapp and Blake Butler have great respect for each other. Stan mentioned not a lot of love lost between these schools, but great respect by both programs, I think, to the other one. Finch is running back to the left of Pettigrew. He'll play fake it and goes right on the slant pattern, caught by the receiver to the 25, struggling his way to the 30 for a first down. Picks up 11. It's caught that time. Stand by number 8. That's going to be Jace Barksdale.
And he's going to pick up 11 on the little slant in. Good play and
Hard
got
to
the
defend.
first down.
Hard to defend, Stan, yeah. Jones made the stop. Lions in the 3-man front will set the defense for you as this game progresses. Finch again to the left. 2 receivers here to the near side. Finch is to the left to Pettigrew, the quarterback. Play fake again. Throws it out here to Barksdale this time on the down and out. He's going to pick up about 7 or 8 as they tackle him. The Lions do it about the 37. And a stop that time. First guy there was Lakai Tompkins.
Barksdale, who has 513 yards coming in this game, along with 7 touchdowns, is going to be their key back. We've got to get on him, guys.
You can see the picture we're trying to paint. Remember, we do have a radio audience tonight. Triples far side right on the second down and a long 4. Hand it to Finch. Finch has the first down and more. 40, 45-yard line up to midfield. And finally bringing him down is Will Keltner, or he may score. At midfield, it's going to be another first down. 1st and 10 Bruins.
14 yards in the pickup for Mr. Finch. Their second first down, and just some missed tackling there, along with some good blocking by USJ on that play.
The ball at midfield, and now a penalty. And it's going to be against the Lions. They're moving back. Stan, that could be a personal foul. Must have been a face mask. It is a face mask, Clint Reed tells us on the PA. They'll move the ball down to the 35. Well, from their own 20, they've moved it pretty handily here. 2 passes and a run, and at the 35-yard line, hash mark left of TCA.
Not the way our defense wanted to start things out. You know, we're a little soft on the tackles, and we're not getting any pressure and giving them wide open plays.
Singles each way, slot right. Finch to the right this time of Pettigrew. Stands back at his 40 in the gun. Throws it down here, and it's going to be picked off.
Yes!
It's picked off, and that is going to be picking that ball off Will Weiser. An ill-advised pass by Pettigrew. Will Weiser, outstanding defense, and listen to the student body in the crowd here at TCA.
Diamond, that's only his second interception here. Great job, a little bit of an underthrown ball, and good job by TCA. That's what I was talking about. We got to get some defensive stands. Blake talked about in the pregame show. There's number 1. Now let's put some points on the board, dude.
All right, dude. 26-yard line, 1st and 10 TCA.
I wonder if the dude's watching.
He may be watching. He was here the other night. 2 receivers far side left. Short side of the field, 1 here to the near side. They're in the pistol with Tompkins right in behind Butler. Cade Butler's had a great year. Stan will give you his numbers in a minute. Tompkins has not been a slouch either offensively. Now they change the play. It looks like Michael Mancini checking off. They go out here in the flat. They isolate. And catching that football and getting maybe a couple of yards, the receiver, nothing much there at all.
That's
good defense by USJ.
It's a little pass out into the flats there. Caught by Waller there, and they had that covered up pretty much immediately.
Waller's had an outstanding year. Receiver here to the near side, slot here to the near side. 1 receiver far side left is Waller again. In the pistol again, they'll give it to Tompkins. Tompkins slashes his way for a couple of 2 or 3 yards, pounds his way to the 35, and will be dropped there by a host of Bruins.
Picks up 3 on the play is Lakai Tompkins.
The stop made by Kane Sawyer, big senior defensive lineman. He engulfed him, and that's hard to do against Tompkins. He's pretty big even as a freshman. He's got to bring up a big play. 3rd down and a long 5. Ball just over the 35. In motion. Waller. Now he comes back this way. Butler rolls, throws. It's caught by the underneath man. That is Waller. Waller very close across the 35. I think he's going to be maybe a tad short. The Lions say that he has the first down, and he's stopped at about the 36-yard line. Let's see what kind of spot TCA gets here.
Oh, yeah, good job.
Now flag, right? We can't see it. And now we see, I think, a flag. Or is that? No, it's not a flag. I thought maybe I was wanting a flag at the 36.
Well, they're trying to eyeball. Just bring them over.
Yeah, the white hat tried to eyeball it. It was good, a good look, though. Credit him on that, but makes the good decision and the wise decision, bringing in the chains from across the way.
Diamond, even if we're short, I think this is a situation you go for it right off the bat. And we got some momentum. We're getting that interception. Got to keep momentum going here. And what better way to convert a 4th and inches play?
Maybe give it to Tompkins, let him pound it.
Yeah.
Of course, USJ might be looking for that. They stretch the chains on the all-important call here. It's going to be 1st and 10, TCA.
Oh, I wish we could have seen that one, but hey, First down, the first one of the night for the TCA Lions.
The folks that counted saw it, though, didn't they? Not you and I.
Long as ones that counted give it to us, we're in good shape.
1st and 10, Lions at the 36. After the Weiser interception, set up shop at the 26. Needed 10, got 10. It will be, just needed about 5 that time, but I was saying needed 10 to get the first down. Tompkins to the left of Butler. 2 wideouts, far side. They give it to Tompkins. Tompkins hurdles his way, skips his way, jumps his way to the 40. Actually 39. A good pickup of 3, though.
Yeah, he's going to get 3 yards on the play, 2 carries, 6 yards on it. Had a chance there. Oh, if he could cut to the outside, he could have gotten 4, 5, or 6, but chose the inside cut. Still got a nice gain of a 3, almost 4.
Alex Wallace made the stop for USJ. 3 down linemen. They're big. They huddle right over that football. Butler gives it to Tompkins again. Tompkins looking for something. Finds running room across the 40 and is tackled hard at about the 44. And a good stop that time by Brooks Jones, Larry Bales' grandson. And it's at the 44-yard line. Stand 3rd down, though, and just a short 2 from about the 44.
They're playing 3 down linemen there. It's a great opportunity for TCA to pinch down with our tackles and get something to Lakai on the outside. Lakai's a tough out for a linebacker. Here they come blitzing.
They give it this time, and the running back, I don't think he got it. At the 45-yard line, dropped there and stopped. Was that Nick Jones carrying it that time? That was Kobe Moore carrying it.
Yeah.
Kobe didn't get it. He's about a yard short. Picked up a yard, and the Lions appear they're going to go for it here. It's going to be 4th and a yard from their own 45-yard line. It's really almost less than a yard, just the ball over the 45. Butler in the gun. Tompkins to his left.
Gotta get wide.
Triples here to the near side. The Bruins stack up that front there. They've got about 5 guys right there within 3 or 4 yards. They put Tompkins in motion. They bring it here and they throw it, and it's going to be caught by Weiser. 50, 45, 1 man to beat. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. What a nice play by Butler. Saw the rush and sucked him in, and he finds Weiser underneath, almost like a little bubble screen, and the Lions are knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
I mean, Diamond, he had to get rid of that because he was about to get clobbered, and my bud in the right place at the right time. 1st and goal, Lions.
Will Weiser, outstanding. That was actually Waller that caught it, wasn't it, Stan? Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was Waller. We'll double check. We'll check with Jay here. Tompkins to the left. Gets the handoff from Cade, and not much there. The ball was at the 4, and they drop him back at the 5. It's a loss of a yard. Okay, yes, please. We're going to get that replay to make sure we give. Yeah, that's Waller, Stan.
Yep.
Brought him underneath, and he caught it, and a good block that time. Nice block by Keltner. Good comeback block, and it was legal too. It's going to be now at the 5, 1st and goal at the 5. Kobe Moore to the right of Butler. He gives it to Kobe. Kobe looking for a block. Kobe finds the end zone. I think he's in. Let's wait and see. They're not getting. He fumbles the ball, but I think he was down before he fumbled it.
Yeah, ground cannot.
Yep. Surely not going to give that ball to USJ.
No. Let's see this on the replay again.
No, he's down. They mark him down at the 1.
So a pickup of 4 by Kobe Moore. There's the hit. Oh, yeah, definitely the ground caused the fumble. So that's
right at the 1. Yep, sure was. Recovered by USJ in the end zone. But it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 1.
I like it, getting a 2-back set in there on occasion and getting a little crossbuck action.
This all set up by the Weiser interception. TCA took it at their 26. They give it to Tompkins. Tompkins looks for running room. Tompkins has running room. What does Thompson have? Tompkins has a touchdown, TCA.
And the Lions take the 6-0 lead over the favored Bruins.
Tompkins from 1 yard out. And that capped off, ladies and gentlemen, a 74-yard drive.
Great job by the offensive line plowing the road for Lakai Tompkins to get his 11th rushing touchdown of the year.
Cash in the center. The holder is Butler. The kicker is Holsinger. And the point is good. It's 7-0 Lions at the 6:46 mark of the first stanza. The turnover leads to a long drive, and TCA scores back after this short break on Worthy Road Studios.
At Lonnie Kyle Ford, we now give you a warranty for life on the engine and transmission. That's right, a warranty for life at no cost to you. Unlimited time, unlimited mileage, but it's only at Lonnie Kyle Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
Tired of being seen and not heard? At Lifestyle Vision, we believe in patient-centered quality eye care for West Tennessee, which is why we are locally owned and operated. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
TCA with 6:46 to go in the first quarter has the 7-0 lead over the Bruins of USJ. A turnover by the Bruins, only their second interception of the year. And TCA drives the ball 70-plus yards, most of that on a 50-yard catch and run by Mr. Waller. And TCA leads 7-0.
The Bruins have only lost one time, 19-6 up at Union City. And for one of the rare times this season, they're behind early. Dave McCulley, Stan Gerard, Jay Cashin, Trace Robertson, our crew tonight, and Pierce Holsinger, who had the touchback, his first kick to lead off the game, is about to boot it again. Here it is. And it's a boomer. And that one goes almost to the back of the end zone. My goodness. The adrenaline is flowing on 10 Windy City Road.
Yeah, he's got the wind to his back. He's got a good sailing wind behind him, but, man, he's just knocking that ball in the next week. Since the Lions got Daniel Cashin and Kobe Moore back, Stan, they have played inspired football, haven't they? Well, it's all double nickels there. When you get a quality center, of course, his mother was the athlete in the family. No doubt about it. 20-yard line, the Bruins will have it there. This is a great USJ team, though. One of the best in recent years, and they're big along those lines. Finch to the right of Pettigrew. Triples here to the near side. They give it to Finch. Finch has a little bit of a hole, and he'll scurry his way to about the 24. He's going to pick up 4, 2nd and 6. Keltner, first guy back there, got a hand on him. Then he's finished off stand by Mark Van Buren. Boy, their two guards and center did a nice job blocking that play. Two-team double, blocked to the right and got him the open run. That's a nice pickup of 4 for Finch. When that O-line comes marching up to that football, they're impressive with those bodies, aren't they? Pettigrew has Finch to his left this time. Triples here to the near side again. They go underneath, and they have the blocker here, and it's going to be caught at the 30 to the 35-yard line. And finally, tackle is Barksdale. Set that up beautifully, Stan. They had the triples here to the near side. You'll watch it here. They used 2 of them to block. Yeah, and almost a little block in the back there. But Weiser did a good job getting back there, disrupting things a little bit to help got there, didn't he? Pick up of, about 15 on the play? Well, he picks up to the 35. And it will be, I think, check that. About 11 yards. Yeah. First, hash mark left now. First down and 10, Bruins. Doubles far side. Pettigrew looks that way. He brings Finch out of the backfield. Flares it out there to him. He's at the 40, to the 45, to midfield. And finally tackle there by a couple of lines. Kobe Moore, one of the guys there. And the other guy there getting up, Stan, that's going to be, looks like Marshall Ray there as well. But a good pickup. Another first down to their own 49. Yeah, they're just right now clearing the road. We've got to pinch that in and keep him on the inside already. 3 carries, 32 yards. Interception by Weiser when USJ had it in TCA territory. 74 yards later, TCA scored to make it 7-0 on a 1-yard Tompkins run. And now here come the Bruins. Finch has it. Finch dashing his way, sliding his way. Great run to the 45 and finally tackle about the 44. Little hanky-panky there. I want to look at that again because I saw a whole lot of holding going on here. Watch him on the Kai there. Grabbing, got a hold of him. Finally broke off of it. But you could have made a case for some holding on there. Yeah, I think you could too, Stan. I normally don't like to get on him, and we will not start that ahead or behind. But it looked like he had him up around the shoulder pads holding him, didn't it? They have the up back, the fullback in the up position there. Finch is in behind him. And Pettigrew gives it to Finch again. Why not? Tackle in the backfield. Struggles his way and is stopped. I'm not sure who got back there. We'll double-check that number. Colby with the initial penetration there. He blitzed as well. Good dive in. Got him at the waist and ankles. And some other folks came in to give him the assist. Third in the yard, Stan. 4 down territory, you would think, here. But, yeah, Kobe Moore, we mentioned, Cashin and Kobe Moore and others, but remember, this is a very young still football team, TCA. Yeah, third in the yard at the
TCA 42.
Now, these sophomores for TCA beat USJ back when they were in middle school.
Pettigrew in the gun. Finch to his left. Play fake. They go underneath, and it's tipped and incomplete off the hands of Barksdale. A hard pass and a high pass. Barksdale would probably tell you he should have caught it, but he did not.
I think we may have got a hand on that diamond. Let's take another
No,
look
I think
there.
Barksdale's the guy. I think it goes off his hands.
No, it got tipped.
It did. I
It
think
did get
Kellner,
tipped.
yeah.
Will
Kellner
Kellner got a tip
got
on
some
it.
fingers on it, yeah.
Oh, Eagle Eye stand. Still
Yeah,
down.
no doubt about it.
Well, they're going for it on fourth down, boy, but what a big hold this would be if we can stop them right
Well,
here.
I would bet you the house mortgage, and I'm not a betting man, I bet you Finch is going to run this football.
And you're one that's going to be careful about a house mortgage
Yeah,
these days.
fourth in the yard. That's right. Try to buy one. Here's the handoff to Finch. Finch has the first down and more. 40, 35, 30. Tompkins finally lassos him down at about the 20-yard line. Yeah, when you don't fix a roof, you can't buy it. That's right. 20-yard line, 1st and 10. And Stan, they took him outside, and Finch turned on the afterburners and gets the first down pretty easily. And Tompkins may have saved the touchdown.
Yeah, we tried the inside blitz. Went too far to the inside there. He just did a little loop-de-loo around it for a big gain. 1st and 10 inside the 20.
He did a what? Loop-de-loo?
A little loop-de-doo.
Loop-de-doo. 340, I like that.
Here you go, loop-de-doo.
Finch to the right of Pettigrew. Finch again. Finch hit in the backfield. Keeps his balance. Great run. He's inside the 10. He's down inside the 15, down to about the 11. Stan, TCA hit him in the backfield, but he kept great balance. Look at this.
Yeah, we're getting some initial contact, but he's just doing a great job of breaking through it. You know, this guy, he didn't have a ton of career yards because he's had to wait his turn at USJ to get the opportunity to play.
After the touchback, they moved it 69 yards. They need 11 more for the touchdown. TCA trying to hold them here. Needs a turnover again. TCA jumps. Moore jumps off sides. That's going to be a cheap 5. It's going to give them the first down from the about 12. They'll move it down to the 7. Will be 1st and goal there for the Bruins.
And you don't want to give them any help at this time. 3:06 to go in the first quarter. TCA with the 7-0 lead, but USJ threatening on their second drive of the game.
Well, the ball at the 7. It's going to be actually around the 8, I think is where they marked it. It's going to be 1st and goal. Play fake. Pettigrew's going to keep it on the quarterback keeper after the play fake, and he'll move his way down to about the 6. Didn't get much. I think they marked it stand at the 8, so it's going to be at the 6, a pickup of 2. 2nd down and goal from there from the 6.
Pettigrew now with only 81 yards on the season. Not much of a runner, but he got a little positive yards there. But, boy, he kind of left himself open there, stood straight up, and, he was wide open to get ripped apart.
Watching on Worthy Road Studios, the Ball Game Blitz, listening on 105.3. Here's the handoff. Finch trying to get to the end zone, and he stops, and he's in. He was stopped out there by Waller, but not before he gets into the end zone. A 6-yard scamper, 80-yard drive, and at the 2:23 mark, USJ a point after from tying the game.
You have to give credit to the USJ Bruins. They did a good job sealing off that corner. We had nobody out there to defend and turn back in. The easy 6 walking in.
Yep. Got to contain him outside, Stanley. He'll kill you.
Yeah, we did not get across at all.
Into attempt the PAT. Snap is back. The ball is down, and the kick is up, and it is good. Knocked through the uprights that time by Cooper Sykes. We'll take a break and be back. We're knotted at 7. 2:23. A good start by both teams. Back after this on the Ball Game Blitz.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B, Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Well, Diamond USJ drives 80 yards down the field. They get the score, tie the ball game. The one thing, though, about that, though, Diamond, we did make them work. They just didn't get it in all 40 and 50-yard chunks. We made them earn that and made them burn a little clock, too, in doing that.
Blake Butler at last moment telling the guys to get up near midfield, guys. Come on. They're going to kick it. The drone is flying, and we're not at 7 with 2:23 left in this first period. And to kick it away will be Drew English. English will knock it down there. End over end. Nick Jones, or is that Nick? We'll double check and see. No, it's not. It's Waller. 20, 25, 30. Makes a guy miss to the 33. Good return. Back to about the 33-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 TCA.
Now watch this. He's going to get a good run to the outside. Kind of leaps up right into the arms of a USJ defender almost. Watch this as he's coming up there. Makes the leap. Pin right into the arms of the tackler.
Waller has developed into an outstanding football player. He and Weiser both are really good basketball players as well. Received the basketball schedules from Dexter the other day. We appreciate that. Looking forward to that, but a lot of football to go before then. Cooper Vale's far side left. He's out there with Waller. Also scurrying out there will be Weiser. Here's the handoff, Tompkins. Tompkins makes 2 guys miss. Plows his way for about 3 to the 37. Is stopped there by USJ's Sam McMillan.
We did a job, blocked down, double blocked down. He broke 1 tackle, got to the second line where they had to use three men to bring him down, 3-yard pickup.
We're under 2 minutes of this first period, knotted at 7. Hash mark right. Doubles far side left and slot left. Butler having to unload it at the last second. That might be picked off, and it is. Through it with double coverage on Waller, and picking that ball off will be Davis Sane. Cade would like to have that one back, and Blake talking to him right now about it.
Yeah, what you do there, you just make sure you throw that ball out. Well, I'll tell you what, though, Waller went up there and made an effort to get it. He went up there and fought for it, but you've got to make sure you throw that ball out of bounds.
I thought, Stan, that's what he was going to do when he first unloaded, but then I looked up and, there's there and still in the playing field.
That's 2 times where they've brought the blitz hard, and he's had to unload it fast. The one resulted in the 50-yard gain, and the other in the interception.
So they take over, the Bruins do, at the 28-yard line. Not great field position, but you still like to have that back. And Coach Butler's still not happy about it. He's getting on his offensive line a little bit right now. Well, Pettigrew has his running back fenced to his right. Play fakes it to him, throws underneath, and his ball is deflected. Tompkins, I think, got a hand on that. He's back there, and Keltner, the booth here, down to my right, was screaming holding.
Yeah, let's see what we get out of it.
Looked like, was that Keltner that got a hand on it? Someone got a hand on that ball.
TCA played that play very, very well, had that covered.
Sure did.
Like the proverbial morning dew.
Getting a little cooler here. Might have to break out the jacket here in a minute.
This thing's going to kill all those gnats that we had this summer. This is a bad summer for gnats.
That's true. Well, it was not as bad as 1932. Tied at 7, 1:31. Look it up. Handoff, Finch. Finch, running room to the right. Makes a guy miss. 35, 40. And has the first down and stand. Again, a missed tackle rearing its ugly head that time at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 Bruins.
Went on the inside and then followed the back of his line to get out wide. That little stiff arm there was what broke it for an extra 8-9 yards in the play. 12-yard pickup for Mr. Finch.
TCA's getting hands on him in the backfield, just not wrapping him up right now. 1:20. And it's going to be 1st and 10 there for the Bruins of USJ. Over on McClellan, just around the corner here.
Finch,
within almost shouting distance.
Finch already with 90 yards on 9 carries.
For my son, it would be a drive, a 3-wood, and probably a 6-iron. Here's Finch again to the 45. Well, maybe a little longer than those shots. To the 46, he is able to maneuver.
Now watch what he does here. He's going to get this ball on the handoff. He's going to come up to his line, stop, and follow it, and then look for the hole before he cuts upfield. That's just quality running there.
Yeah, people that have played them know of Finch because he's racked up the yard stand. You told me before coming in here tonight, 975 yards.
He's already over 1,000 now for the season.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, the ball at the 46 as the wind whistles its way through the press box here. Really windy day today in West Tennessee.
About 1,075.
2nd down and almost 5, a short 5. Finch again breaks another tackle. Midfield, 45, and he's punishing the DBs right now as finally coming up from the defensive secondary. Hammer and Hank Miller made the stop, or he might get more. He's down to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 at the TCA 43, the Bruins.
Yeah, we did a good job, Kate, back in, but still got to get up there and wrap those arms up. But Miller's saving the day there.
I'm not demeaning our kids either, Stan. You know, you and I love them to death. Jay does as well. He's got one out there. And that's the end of the first quarter, but we've got to wrap them up. We're tied at 7. USJ 7, TCA 7. Back after this on the BallGame Blitz.
She's a beauty, isn't she?
My parents said they'd buy me a car for college. This is perfect.
Well, this one isn't for sale, but I can tell you how to win it.
It's time for the 4th annual Lifeline car giveaway.
And Joe Mahan Ford is proud to donate a car again this year.
Get flood with Lifeline between Memorial Day and Labor Day for a chance to win a 2019 Ford EcoSport. Join Lifeline.
And Joe Mahan Ford and give blood this summer.
It's easy.
And you could save a life.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Well, Diamond, as always, hellos coming up at the half. A lot of them already piling, including those watching this game in Florida.
All right. A lot of folks watching, a lot of folks listening. Right now, the Bruins and the Lions are knotted at 7. First play from scrimmage of the second stanza. Pettigrew in that shotgun again. He'll drop back straight in the pocket. Looks, throws. Incomplete. Great play. Tompkins, outstanding coverage on Raleigh Seals, their halfback.
Well, just a great job. Matched him step for step there on the defense.
They had Seals down the field further than you look back, and they've got the tight end who was actually in a halfback situation. And he's big. He's a tall kid, 17. That's Davis Sane. He comes right below me here as you see great coverage by Tompkins on the replay. Great job, Jay. Doubles here to the near side. Short side of field. High snap, but they pull it down. They give it to Finch. Hit in the backfield. Able to bounce off Keltner a little bit. But Keltner got a hand on him and impeded his progress. He stumbles his way to the 38. Where it's a pickup about 4. Third down and a good 6. Well, good ball game thus far, Stan.
It has been. And like I said, what we want to do is just keep this thing close.
Yep. The longer TCA can hang in the game, the more doubt seeps in the minds of the Bruins and more confidence seeps in the minds of the Lions. Third down and 6. You feel like it's probably 2-down territory here. 11-15. Clock running in the second. Diamond Dave, Stan the man, and Jay Cash in the booth here with us. Trace is working now. We jump off sides. Keltner, little cadence, I guess, and it drew TCA off. And they give them the cheap 5, and it's going to now set up third down still. But third and short, and Stan, it really does make it 2-down territory now, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's our second penalty of the ball game. One was a big boy earlier, but these are the ones that you do not need to get.
Yeah, those are crunchers there. Third and about 1.5 yards now. That hurts. A couple of guys jumped. Clock running. We hit the 11-minute mark. Officials have done a good job thus far. We're in the first half. TCA led 7-0. The Bruins have knotted it. Now they're on the move again. Doubles here to the near side. They give it to Finch. Finch breaks off a would-be tackler and moves inside the 30. He's got the first down. Still on his feet, just like a scrub. There's about 8 bodies all around each other, and they push him all the way down to about the 22, 1st and 10, USJ.
Somebody's got to get him around the legs and wrap him up.
Yep.
Every one of us is trying to tackle high on that play. Nobody is down low around his knees.
First down and 10. Good job by Jay again on the replay. Jay's great to work with. He's the best. He's so good that I actually shared some of my steak, and you shared some of your shrimp with him earlier. How about the steak and shrimp by Dexter and Matt and the TCA family tonight? Stan's always asking for steak and shrimp. On October the 14th, 2022, we got it. They go out here in the flat, and it's going to be caught. Now they're going to get the halfback pass, and Sane has it. And it's a touchdown, Bruins. It was barely behind him enough that it was a lateral, and it caught the Cats, or excuse me, the Lions snapping.
Yep, that's clearly a lateral.
It's clearly a lateral. And then the halfback pass to Sane.
We just broke down. We didn't have anybody near it.
Nice trick play. And USJ takes their first lead of the night, 13-7. Who threw that, Stan? That was
who caught that?
Barksdale, wasn't it? 8?
No, that was a doubled number.
Sane caught it, the 17.
Sane.
Snap back, ball down, kick up. It's good. And it is now 14-7. USJ, their first lead of the night, comes at the 10:32 mark of the second stanza. We're back after this on Worthy Road Studios.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Well, the 72-yard drive capped off by the Barksdale to Sane halfback pass. And Stan, how far out was that? That was a 20-yarder, is that right?
I believe that's right. About right.
And it's 14-7 after the PAT. So the Bruins have come from 7-0 down at the 6:46 mark of the first, and here we are. We've arrived at the 10:39 mark of the second. And now the Lions will have to snap back and come from behind. 14-7 Bruins. Next week, Lions back here at home. And it will be Jackson Christian come calling, another nearby school.
After the kickoff, we'll have our first look at the Thompson Smith Insurance scoreboard.
Appreciate Chuck and Mr. Smith and the gang. They do a great job helping us each week, as all our sponsors and underwriters do. Here's the kick. A low liner. And it's going to be gathered in out there at about the 8-yard line to the 10 to the 15. And going his way to about the 25 over to the right side. Is that Moore that brought it back, Stan? I have to wait and see. No, that was actually that was Cooper Vales. Little Coop.
Yeah, let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick. Middle Tennessee Christian leads Webb 7-0. Chester County leads Lexington 7-0. Milan leads Obion 7-0. Hardin County over Liberty 21-0. Haywood over South Gibson 7-0. Peabody over Humboldt 7-0. Southside with a 7-0 lead. It's UNC 20, Camden 7.
You say, was that the Webb school you mentioned?
Yeah.
I don't mean to be tacky and trite, but they probably could dress out some of those girls' basketball players. Probably help them a little bit.
Could.
14-7. That was mean to me, wasn't it, Jay? 14-7. Then the pistol, and Butler, low snap, drops it. I don't think the snap was that bad. He just didn't get a hand on it.
Could be a loss of about
we'll
7
see,
on
and
the
it's
play.
a loss. And Tompkins picked it up and saved today. Let's check that replay out again. See the Lions wearing the pink tonight, socks and some of the gear there. And it was a low snap, and Tompkins saved the day. Well, clock stopped at 9:49. And why is it stopped, Stan? Flag on the play.
Also, it appears that Jackson Christian leads FACS 21-0 in that game. About 9 minutes to go in the first half of that game.
So the ball will be now. They're going to mark it off against USJ.
Well,
that's going to be a personal foul. That's got to be a personal foul after the ball was fumbled.
Our buddy Big Blue went to Memphis tonight.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, Michael Stroud would tell you, you get a break, you get a loss, and then someone either said something or did something that they shouldn't have, and that's inexcusable in the coach's mind. It's going to be first down, but now it's going to be first and about 2 as they move the ball from the point of infraction to the 36 stand. And TCA will take the break.
We'll take it 2nd and 2, not a bad deal.
It's like that steak and shrimp. We didn't deny it, did we?
I wasn't going to say no, give it to somebody else.
I had a funny feeling. I was downstairs, and Dexter said, Stan wants you in the press box. And I said, what could Stan be wanting me for? We've got a few minutes, and I came up, and I saw all this big basket of stuff, and I thought, that looks like food in there. And I thought, I bet you Stan, his begging has finally paid dividends of steak and shrimp.
See, the deal was, it was on real plates with real silverware, too.
It was. But you didn't even have to have the silverware. Jay can tell you, with the steak, it was that tender, that good, juicy. Hand off Tompkins. Tompkins hit and does not. Well, he may get the first down on second and third effort. Yes, what a play by Lakai Tompkins.
Lakai Tompkins
chased like that, our cameraman.
Does a good job here.
He should have been stopped for a loss.
Yeah,
Watch his power.
Well, yeah, he used upper
wheel.
body strength
Yeah.
and got all those yards after contact.
Absolutely. And let's give the O-line a little credit. Cashin and others down there. Ray. Here's the handoff. Tompkins bobbles the ball and fumbles it straight up in midair. And I think, let's see who has it. I can't tell right now. I think TCA got a big break and comes up with it.
Football's
My
going to be
goodness.
down. Who is that? That's 56.
Wilkerson came up with it. You're right. Jay Halen come up with it and saved the day. And after all of that, it's second down and 10.
Second and 11, actually. Or 9, we got one off
Yeah,
of
got a
that.
yard. That was near disaster, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to look at that play again.
It was like the Yankees in the 10th inning today against Cleveland. Come on, Yanks. Got to come back tomorrow night.
Well, how about Bruce Sewer passing away today?
I saw that. Really hate to see that.
Hall of Famer for
Hall
two
of Famer,
teams.
The Cubs and the Cardinals, yep. 14-7, timeout of the field. After all of that, well, the officials, we're going to keep it here, Jay, because the officials are talking over. Maybe there's not a timeout. Well, it was 1st and 10 from the 40. The ball went straight up in the air, as you saw in the replay. And Wilkerson saved the day, and now it's a discussion with the officials.
Is that Carlos working the sidelines?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He's been around as long as I have. 40-yard line.
Brother Carlos.
Good guy. In the gun, Butler. Handoff. Kobe Moore slips and falls and does not get back the line of scrimmage. Lost his footing, and now flag comes in late. Let's see what that's about.
He saw Seals down there trying to hit the brakes, and his feet just went out from underneath him.
I'll tell you what, Stan, the officials know of the rivalry between schools like this with USJ and TCA, and you got to feel like, and I know both coaches probably told their kids, they're going to call it tight. You cannot do things tonight.
No.
Face mask.
Wow. Now I'd like to see that again to see what
I didn't
happened.
see it on the when he stumbled. I thought he just lost his footing, so we'll see here. Here's a great look at it. Jay Cashin, our producer director. Nobody any better. No one any better. He has it. And no, he caught the face mask after he caught it after he'd already fallen.
See, that he shouldn't have done that.
And it wasn't vicious. I'll tell you why. He reached down to sort of just
almost help him up.
Yeah, he really did. It's just wrong place, wrong time. So it's now should be, what is it? We moved that time. It's going to be illegal motion. Weiser jumped. 2nd and 5. Now it's going to be 2nd and 10. They'll move it back to about the 40. Yeah, Weiser jumps. He's got his hands on his hips. He knew that. Will got a little antsy.
We got folks watching in Kenton tonight, St. Louis. We got people in Florida and Memphis and all over.
Well, you know what Kenton's known for, don't you?
That white squirrel.
White
thingy.
squirrel. Yeah, they got more than one. Got a whole family up there. Several families of white squirrels. They've carried on this tradition through the years. I mean, I lived up there 40 years ago, and it was white squirrels. Not there.
We'll take 5. We'll take
now,
5 easy
USJ says, you gave us 5. We're going to give you 5 back as they jumped. Stan, a lot of this is just over-anxiousness, playing who you're playing against each other.
Yeah, we're listening to we're listening to too much David Lee Roth. Go ahead and jump.
Jay brought up a good point. Just go ahead and throw one out there and just leave it, and then if there's not a flag, just wave it off. It'd be better having to pick them up. Good call, Jay. I like that. 44-yard line. After all of this, clock running 8:35, and it's 2nd and 5. Cade's going to keep it on the quarterback keeper. On the bootleg now, he's going to throw it, and it's thrown down there and almost picked off, and Weiser saved the day. Butler was over the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball.
Why did we not run that ball?
Yeah, he had a chance maybe to get a first down.
He had first down yardage.
Yeah, and Blake's not happy.
I don't know if we can get that one again, but definitely he would have had first down yardage.
I didn't want to say it in the play-by-play, but I thought he was really close and maybe over the line of scrimmage, and he did, yep.
Well, now, do they count as a penalty if it was an incomplete pass? Yep, they do. Oh.
The clock is still running.
Do we want to stop the clock, officials?
Yeah, they'll need to put some time back on there. They'll get it right.
Do we still want to stop the clock?
They'll put it back up to about, I think it should be like 7:56, I think, 7:58, somewhere along in there.
Well, let's just give us 8 minutes.
Yeah, he's about a yard over the line of scrimmage, Stan. About a yard and a half.
He would have been very close to the first down. All he had to do is duck his head.
Weiser did a good job deflecting that ball as an offensive receiver, would-be receiver, to knock it away. It wouldn't be intercepted. Good job with the replay again. 14-7 after all of this. It's going to be near 8 minutes, I think. 7:56, 7:58, somewhere in that area.
We've got to produce on this drive, Diamond. Very, very important that we produce and get some sort of points on the board and get rid of this foo-foo type stuff that we got going on here right now.
Yeah, you get Holsinger inside the 25. He has a shot at it.
Yeah, it's into the wind tonight, though.
Yeah, it really is. Boy, it was really windy around West Tennessee today.
I wish we had a thing to hear the refs so we could figure out what's going on. That was really nice when Larry Lewis had that system. We knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went, why are we doing that? And then Larry explained it.
After all of that, it's third down at about 8. 7, let's call it third down and 8. Ball's at just over the 40-yard line. They're on 40 TCA. Tompkins to the right of Butler. Here is Butler rolling right. Butler throwing, incomplete. He had Cooper Vales out there and just overshot him.
Diamond, you got to look at that. Look at this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Haven't mentioned the TCA band tonight. They're doing a great job down to our left. So it's going to be 4th and 8. And I would think that Vales is going to punt this ball with 7:46 left in the half.
Well, that's
in the up position is Tompkins, but Vales is going to drop back like he's in the shotgun. He's going to drop back a couple, 2 or 3 more yards, I think, and punt this
that's
thing.
Caden. That's Caden.
Excuse me, Caden. Who did I say?
Vales.
Vales, I'm sorry. Yeah, Caden is back there, and he normally punts it out of short formation anyway. So at the 41-yard line, Stan, it's taken 10 minutes to play the last 2 minutes. 7:53 left after all of this. Things sort of went awry when Tompkins bobbled it, and TCA's Wilkerson recovered it, but it's been sort of a crazy 2 or 3 plays in a row since then.
Yeah, we've stayed within the same 10-yard area. We've just gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. My, oh, my.
Coach Butler, his hands on his hips down there next to his offensive coordinator, Michael Mancini. And we have, of course, Nathan Bibb, Will Brasher.
Who's the white hat talking to? Oh, there he is talking to Butler.
He's talking to Blake right now, yeah. Kevin Hansen's down there. I'm not sure. They sent someone over to the locker room, Stan. I'm not sure what's going on here, why they've stopped play. Clock issue, Jay tells us.
Well, he can get up here and run on the – they got to get another remote.
Yeah, it looks like the gizmo's gone out, for lack of a better way to put it.
Well, if we get that new scoreboard up.
Yeah, Jay, tell us about that new board going up. Going to have Jay's really looking forward to that.
Yeah, he's ignoring us right now, too.
We may come out here and help him. Well, after all of that, it looks like we're going to have a timeout. So let's sneak a timeout in, Jay, if we can. We'll come back. It's 14-7, 7:53. Lions 4th and 8 from their own 41 after this on the BallGame Blitz.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Waterwell Solutions offers experienced water well drilling and service throughout the greater West Tennessee area. Whether you need a 4-inch residential well or a 16-inch irrigation or municipal well, they have you covered. Waterwell Solutions has locations in Somerville and Brownsville with a fleet of service trucks and well service technicians that are ready to cover your service needs. If you need residential well service or a new water well, give them a call at 731-779-1275.
It'll be 4th down for TCA, 4th and 8. You would consider this a punting situation, but you know what? We got to catch them off guard and make something happen.
I got to punt it. I guess I'm just too conservative.
Well, I don't want them to get another score here.
He's going to punt it. Oh, my goodness. Love him to death, but a bad punt, and now they gather it in at the 40, and the guy may go in.
He is.
He's going to go in. It's going to be a touchdown, USJ. Cade punted it. It went about 5, maybe 8 yards.
It didn't get to the line of scrimmage.
It did not, you don't think?
No.
I'm talking about where he punted it from, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a flag on the field back at the 10, though.
Well, let's see what that's about. Stan, I couldn't tell. Let's see the replay on who actually picked it up.
Yeah, he picked it up right at the line of scrimmage at the down marker.
It's going to be picked up over there.
About a yard past it.
Is that 21? Is that who that is?
So that was a 1-yard punt.
Is it Ryan Hutchison? I couldn't tell the number. We'll see if we can spot the number for you.
It's going to be a face mask or a hold on USJ.
It's 20. Couldn't tell who it was. Sorry. So it's going to be no touchdown, but USJ is going to be knocking on the door. Holding on the Bruins. It came at the 11-yard line. Well, the mic is working now. Stan, they'll move it back to the 21. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 21 Bruins.
Yeah,
well, the Lions have to stop them.
Hindsight now, fake punt looked pretty good.
I was going to say, maybe you were right and I was wrong.
Hey, remember we were saying Mancini, Stan knows how to call a few plays.
Yeah, kicking into the wind a little bit, but he just didn't hit it, did he, Stan?
No.
So at the 21-yard line, the Bruins have come from 7-0 down to lead 14-7 and threatening again. Finch to the left of the quarterback, Pettigrew. Gives it. No, Pettigrew's going to keep it. He's going to do it on the bootleg. He's at the 15 to the 10 and knocked out of bounds, or actually he just runs out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Bruins.
He's going to pick up about 13 on the play, 2 carries and 15 yards on the night.
Good quarterback, isn't he, Stan?
Yeah. Got to the outside and got the first down. Pettigrew now. 79, 89.
Don't remember.
About 94 yards on the year.
Started doing ball games with Tom Britt and David Thomas back in 1977. I don't remember too many times USJ didn't have good quarterbacks. You look at all of this, and it's still 7:35 left in the second stanza.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we're at 7:53 for a long time. Time out on the field. 14-7. It's going to be 1st and goal. The Bruins at the TCA 8 when we come back. Stay with us on Worthy Road Studios.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
Diamond, things started out real nice for TCA. USJ was driving down the field. TCA intercepted the ball. We rumble about 70 yards. Well, we had a drive of about 70 yards for a score after that, but it's been all USJ since then, and we've got to stop the bleeding, which has been constant since then.
How big would a turnover be here? Yep, back is Riley Seals. They give it here onto the end around, and coming here to the near side of the 10, they're going to get a hold, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, the press box screaming for a hole, and the official saw the hole, and that will negate a few yards down to about the 5.
Thompson-Smith's scoreboard, South Gibson's come back to tie Haywood. That game is at 7-all.
You know, Stan, Haywood, so talented. South Gibson, a talented football program as well. But for some reason, every year, everyone always gives that game to Haywood. But South Gibson always plays them. Took them to overtime last year.
It's all about the matchups, Dave.
Yep, all about the matchups.
All about the matchups.
All about the matchups. I'll have to remember that. 20-yard line. It really is true, though. You see it especially in basketball, don't you, Stan? You see,
yeah, it's all about the matchups.
All about the matchups. Well, at the 20-yard line, they'll move it back to the 20. It's going to remain 1st down. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 20 now. They bring Big Sane here to the right. 2 receivers, far side left. Now they'll tell Sane, hey, buddy, you're big. You got to get over here. So triples far side left. Finch, the running back to the left. Let's see if they go to him. No, they're going to go underneath. And catching that football with a head of steam, 10-5, touchdown. Beautifully executed,
USJ. 3 receivers over there. We had 2 defenders.
They made that look really, really easy.
Yeah, they were overloaded. We did not defend that well at all.
That 8 and 0 is hard to read. Is that 8, Stan?
Yeah,
Barksdale, yes. Barksdale caught it. 20 yard. 20 yards, Stan. And that was actually, after all of that, a 21-yard drive.
And that's where USJ, Dave, has made their living this year. TCA with a lot more yards overall as the kick is down, up, and good. But USJ has made their living this year in a lot of their games on short yardage drives, just like that one. And they lead 21-7. We're back after this on the TCA Broadcast Network.
Lifestyle Vision, located at Thompson Farms, offers patient-centered, comprehensive eye exams. Select your new look with our latest styles from exclusive brands. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
Well, Diamond, here's one for you. Middle Tennessee Christian School is playing one of the worst teams in Division II tonight. That game is tied at 7. Middle Tennessee Christian Webb tied at 7. Haywood's retaking the lead over South Gibson 14-7.
I called it. Webb's pulled up some of those girls' basketball players. One's playing tight end, one's playing quarterback.
Couple on the offensive line.
One of them's kicking. I promise you, they could probably help them. Well, that is a shocker, isn't it?
There was a school down in Texas I read. They were getting ready to cancel a game because the boys didn't have enough players. They had a couple of girls come out to give them a lineup, and they play a big role in the team's victory.
Well, good for them. 21-7 here.
That's offsides.
Here's the kick. Weiser's going to watch the ball trickle out of bounds across the way.
Boy, I'd love to see that again. I don't know if it's going to show it, but I think it would have shown one of their players jump.
Well, in baseball today, my Yankees lost in 10. Got to bounce back tomorrow. The Braves, at last report, were down by 6, middle of their game, 6-0. See if we get a score on that game for you. Dodgers and Padres, no score in the first. 9-1, Philadelphia now has a 2-1 advantage over Atlanta. That's sort of a stunner there in the stand.
Yep. Hardin County over Liberty 35-0.
35-yard line here, 1st and 10. Lions need a score. They're down 21-7. Tompkins slashes his way to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They had 5 Bruins waiting on him. A couple of them made penetrating moves. And on the stop was Braden Roberts and others.
Cooper Vale's in there at quarterback.
Was it Cooper?
Yep, Cooper's in there at quarterback right now.
So the Coop in, played a lot last year and played well at times. 6:40 left here. So Blake making a change here. Cooper Vales has Tompkins to his left, sends 3 wideouts, far side right. Dexter Williams back in the house again tonight, looking great. Tompkins, they put him in motion far side right. They deceive everyone. Now Vales is going to run the ball, and he's going to run out of bounds and knocked out of bounds at about the 40. He's going to pick up several yards, but it's going to be now 3rd down stand and about 6, or make it 3rd and long 5. And this is where you don't want to be, because you don't necessarily have to score to stay in the game here in this 6:23 left. But Stan, you cannot let them have the ball back and get another score up, or it could be really dangerous.
Weiser with a key block on that play for TCA.
That's your bud, Will Weiser.
Yep.
Receiver far side right, 2 here to the near side, short side. Vales rolls right, wants to throw, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield by a host of Bruins. Ran into some of his own blockers, and that didn't fool him, and Blake is talking to Michael Mancini, and they're not happy, neither one of them now.
They're pressuring us, and we're not able to stop it.
Yep.
And our quarterbacks are running for their lives, scared to death.
So it's going to be 4th and almost 8. And Tompkins, they're going to bring Butler back out, so that means he's probably going to have to punt the ball. Punting into a little bit of a wind. It's died down compared to what it was earlier. Butler with a high snap, and he's just going to he did a good job getting it away. And gets a great TCA roll. Inside the 30, inside the 25, tumbling its way to the 20, where it comes to rest there. Picked up by Waller. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Bruins, and stand to stay in the game. The defense has to bow up here.
Gotta have it stopped, no question about it. It is Peabody League Humboldt 14-0 on the Thompson-Smith scoreboard. Also Union City 27-7 over Camden.
So it's 20-yard line. Boy, you get into this week 7, you get into week 8, 9. What is it, week 9, Stan? Is that what it is, week 9?
This is week 9.
Week 9, actually. Some teams have only played 7 or 8 games, but you get to this point, boy, you start really looking at the playoffs picture, don't you? I saw your post earlier about that.
You'll see there are looks on West Tennessee Sports.
Yeah, I saw
already
that.
have the bracket out there.
And you'll have that update Monday on your show, too. Here's the pass over the middle, caught 30, 35, 40, 45, and, boy, what a hit. Still didn't see it. He took his right shoulder and just decked, literally, one of the Lions. That's what the roar of the USJ crowd, it happened right in front of them over there.
I mean, great job by a quarterback looking off the receiver and then coming back to what he was going for. I mean, just brilliant head and body fake work on that play.
Yeah, Pettigrew's one of the best we've seen this year, isn't he?
But
46-yard line, 1st and 10. Who caught that ball? Was that?
I don't know.
I think it was Barksdale again. Been his favorite receiver tonight. If you're in question, just say Barksdale. 5:26, he went out of bounds. What the Bruin crowd was roaring about was he became a defender instead of the runner. Well, they put Finch. Hadn't seen from Finch lately. It's about time to give him the ball, I bet. And they do. No, they don't. Play fake. Here's the pass. It dropped.
Oh.
Barksdale will tell you he should have caught that. Nick Jones was in the area. The Lions also had coming up Gabriel Lee, the general, but he would tell you that he should have caught it. I'm still impressed by Davis saying, Stan, he's just built like a wide, almost like a tight end at high school.
I would agree.
He has got a good frame about him. He's off sides right now. He'll move back here in a minute. He's looking over Crossway to see what their offensive coordinator is calling.
Crockett County leads Northside 3-0 on the scoreboard.
Jim Hardigree, former Lambeth coach, one of the assistants. Bryce King, Kyle Williams played at Lambeth. Nick Stamper, talked to Nick, one of the great defensive ends in Lambeth history. And here's a hit. Boy, what a hit by the Lions as they give it right back to the Bruins across the way on the pitch back to the running back. He's knocked out of bounds. But it's certainly a Lambeth flavor to this coaching staff. Boy, Nick was a great defensive end. Kyle and Joey Williams stand. Remember, they were the father-son duo that played. Then Bryce was an offensive lineman from Milan. They were going to make a movie. I don't think they ever did. And Coach Hardigree, one of the great characters of all time. Jim was the defensive coordinator for what was the pro team I did games here for?
He was did you count those games
I didn't count those in the 3,000 either. I forgot about that. What were the Warhawks?
War Eagles.
War Eagles. Yeah, you and I got lost. Where was the town we got lost in? Here's the throw over the middle, caught. Barksdale again. 40, first down on his feet. We missed the tackle. 35 to the 30. On his feet, what a block. To the 20, to the 15, dives his way down to the 10. Boy, what a block over there by USJ.
I want to look at that. I want to look at that block.
Make sure it wasn't a crackback.
Yeah,
there's
a flag.
Yeah, it's going to be an illegal block.
An illegal blindside block.
I think that's what they call it. They're really putting a lot of emphasis on that this year at every level.
He reared back, and you're going to see
You'll see it right here. Watch around the field here.
They reared back and got him with the shoulder big time.
What an effort by Barksdale, though. I mean, he just –
and you
got okay.
You got an illegal block in the back
that's
there
okay,
as well.
Yep.
Good Lord. Take your pick on the penalties there.
21-7, 5:04. Blindside block. You hit it right up the head, right on the head, Stan, as he caught him around the head, too. So they'll move the ball back. Officials have done a good job tonight, 40-yard line. It's an intense matchup every year between these schools. Stan told you they don't. It's in a lot of Christmas cards. You know, you got a gal and a guy married. One went to one school, one went to the other. It's got to be tough on the grannies, you know what I mean? The grandmas and granddads. 40-yard line, 1st and 10 after all of this. Stan, it's taken 30 minutes to play the last 4 minutes of this game, hasn't it?
It has.
I'm not complaining. I have nothing else to do tonight. And fortunately, I don't have any stories to write tonight on a Friday night.
Got a game tomorrow?
I've got soccer and volleyball to cover tomorrow, but
football's out of town.
I don't count those. Football's out of town. We'll make the trip to Lindsey Wilson 2 weeks. I'll do that morning. Here's a handoff, only about a yard for Finch this time. Yeah, Bethel 6 in the country, Lindsey Wilson 3 in the country, and I would bet you, Stan, that both of them are going to be undefeated in 2 weeks, and they'll both be in the top 5. It'll be the matchup of the nation, and I'll make the trip to Columbia that Saturday morning.
One of your very rare road games.
Yeah,
you're going to start going on the road a little bit.
It's been a budgetary kind of decision as well as wear and tear. But, you know, for example, tomorrow I have soccer and volleyball both to cover, so felt like it would be better for me to stay back and not go to Campbellsville. That's one of my favorite trips, too, Campbellsville and Columbia. All right, after all of that, 2nd down and 9. Lions need a stop. need a turnover. Handoff, Finch. Finch breaks another tackle. He's to the 35, to the 30, dancing his way on his feet. 20, look at that cut. Inside the 10, down to the 5. Outstanding play by Finch. Boy, he is spectacular. And Stan, he just made a great effort that time, didn't he?
I mean, about a 34-yard run there from scrimmage for Mr. Finch.
Kevin Finch. And he tiptoed his way down the near sideline here. Did not go out of bounds, so the clock running with 3:35, and boy, they score here at the 4, 1st and goal, and it could really be a long second half for the Lions. Lions led 7-0. Now it's 21-7. TCA's had a courageous effort tonight, but beginning to look like wear down just a little bit here late first half. They come with that's not the pistol. They're going to go out to Finch in the flat. He needs a block. He gets one. He scores, not touch. Touchdown, 27-7, Stan.
Finch on about the 4-yard run for the score. 27-7. Here's the replay. Great job of blocking. Great job on the wide receiver out there. Can't see the number, but did a great job holding his block and free him up to get into the end zone for the touchdown.
27-7. It's all Bruins right now. And they have put 21 unanswered up here in the second quarter. Now whistles shrill throughout the cool night here tonight at TCA. 27-7, folks. And Stanley getting away from the Lions right now, isn't it?
It certainly is.
False start on the offense. Dead ball foul. Right now it's 63 degrees. We're down to 57 tonight. Not quite as cool tonight as it was last night. Down to 42 last night, Stan.
I've still got an open window in the house.
I know when I went over and fed the kitty, you had your window at the kitchen open a little bit. I saw that. Yeah. I'm proud of you. Your extra point is good. House really looked neat the other night. 28-7. 28-7. It's all Bruins right now. The Lions need a score desperately here with 3:07 in the half. This is TCA football on the BallGame Blitz.
27 years ago, a vision became a reality and Snookums Steakhouse officially opened. We cut our steaks in-house and our ribeyes are full of flavor. The steak trimmings are used to make our certified Angus beef steak burgers, so when you order at Snookums, you are getting high quality. Enjoy our salad bar and mini dessert. Also try our famous family recipe, the Pink Lush Fruit Salad. Come visit Snookums Steakhouse in Henderson, Tennessee. We are open evenings Tuesday through Saturday but closed Sunday and Monday. Snookums Steakhouse, come taste the difference.
28-7, USJ with the lead, and Diamond. Things have been kind of going downhill ever since that 1-yard punt that they returned.
Yep, no doubt about it. You saw the advertisement from Snookums. I still got to get to Snookums. When's Jay and yours surely, and you're going to get it down there, Stan? You've eaten there before, haven't you?
I have.
And what's that stuff you call it? Was it
pink fluffy stuff.
Pink fluffy stuff, yeah. All right, no time to giggle right now. We need a score, folks. 28-7, 3:07 left here. Lions on the short end of it now. 28 unanswered by USJ after TCA had led 6:46 of the first. Here's the kick. And gathered in at the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. That's going to be Waller bringing it back like a loaf of bread on his feet, turns backwards and stumbles his way backwards to about the 35-yard line. Good return of 30 yards for Waller.
Oh, and I still think one of these linemen from USJ jumped a little bit before, but I'll take the field position.
Yeah, we'll take that and just say, hey, guys, you missed it, but we'll let you miss it.
Yeah, we'll let that one slide.
Not being tried at all, but to say we need a score would be an understatement right now.
We need something big, and we need something kind of quick.
35-yard line. Cooper Vales is going to come back out there, quarterback.
And we've got to – I got to put pressure on the offensive line. You got to block somebody, boys. We got to block somebody, give him some time to throw.
Cashin will hover over that football. The offensive line sets it down now. In the pistol, Tompkins behind. Vales gives it to Lakai, and nothing much.
No.
Half a yard at that. Second down, and let's call it 9. Stan, I don't know that TCA or many teams, for that matter, is going to run in the interior of this USJ defensive line. Do you agree?
I'd like to see us try and get Lakai out a little bit to the outside. You recall we did that at Middle Tennessee Christian a little bit with an option play, and then we've thrown some passes to them out there in the flats that have been successful
They've
as well.
got Big Sawyer. Boy, he's a big kid right there, the nose guard. They bring Bales this way now. Throws it back across his body. Incomplete. Tried to hit Harwell and undershot him. That's a hard pass to throw anyway when you're throwing back across your body on the run out. They had pressure again, Stan. Pressure that time came from Ty O'Neill. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9. And Stan, you worry here. 2:10 left. You punt it away. You're going to give them the ball back. Already leading 28-7, and still plenty of time.
Yeah, we've got to get something on this play.
Well,
something
the Bruins.
positive, 3-4 yards, something.
Bruins have them right where they want them. 3rd and long. Already leading by 21. Bales claps those hands, drops in the pocket, looks, stands in there, and throws incomplete. Tried to hit his receiver that time and threw it right at his feet. Incomplete. And it's going to be 4th and 10, and Butler's going to come back out and punt it.
You're going to see here, he steps up in the pocket, held up, and then he got flattened after the play.
Next week, airtime 6:30, kickoff at 7. Jackson Christian, the Eagles will come flying in. They're on the road down in Memphis tonight. Butler will boot it away from about his 30. End over end. Barksdale's going to let it skitter by him. And a good roll again for TCA. Good news, it's down to their 24. The bad news is there's still 2:05 left here, and the Lions have not shown the propensity to be able to stop them as of late. 1st and 10 Bruins.
You know, when we had those clock problems earlier, we need them to happen again to start rolling on it.
Yep. 2:05 left. The Bruins student body feeling the ropes over there. And the Lions here, and our student body a little quiet at the moment after being pretty rambunctious the first quarter, but it's all Bruins at the moment. Coach Strapp over there done a good job. And the Bruins trying to win for the 7th time this year. They're 6-1, 4-0 in the league. TCA 3-4, 2-0. Up back is going to be Riley Seals. They put him to the left, and they put Finch to the right of Pettigrew. Pettigrew, they suck him in on the screen. They give it to the big guy. Seals breaks a tackle, stumbles his way to the 30, and is up over the 30 to about the 32 or 3. They set that screen pass up pretty well, but TCA defended it pretty well.
And, Colby Moore put some extra pressure. We made a
Hammer and Hank.
Nice tackle by Hammer and Hank.
And, Hammer and Hank, about half the size of Big Seals.
Yeah.
Stuck that helmet in there and said, I'm coming after you, big boy.
Seals and Barksdale graduate, don't they?
I'm sorry?
Seals and Barksdale graduate.
Yes.
I'm assigning you to go to their ceremony and make sure they get their degrees.
Make sure they get those diplomas. Here's the pass. Wide open is the receiver at midfield. Breaks a tackle, 45-40. Got a blocker, 30, 25, 20. He's going to go. Nice block by Sane. No flags. Touchdown Bruins with 1:15. That, ladies and gentlemen, a 67-yard pass.
And, boy, it's breaking open quickly now.
Yeah, and our kids are in great shape. Blake and the staff do a great job of that. But, Stan, you can just see we're back on our heels a little bit confidence-wise, but they're wearing us down a little bit too, haven't they?
They have. Well, they're just so their quarterback is the prototypical passer. The snap plays down and it's up and it's good. He's a prototypical no good.
34-7. Was it no good?
Yep. They're going to say it was no good, but he just stands there in the pocket and throws such a great football.
They took it with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left, and it's 1:15 left. Didn't take them long. We're going to keep it here reminding you that our sponsors, Stan mentioned a bunch of them a moment ago, but let's tell you two on your screen. You always see on our replays and on our presentation, Jackson State Community College, Jones Chevrolet, Blacksmith Restaurant, Foundation Bank, and Thompson & Smith Insurance. The scoreboard, Stan, will have a lot of scores for you at halftime.
And we'll remind everybody that any broadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz TV show without the written consent of Worthy Road Studios and Diamond Dave McCulley is hereby and strictly prohibited.
In other words, you get in trouble. 1:15 left, and Stan, you'll have a lot of scores at halftime, won't you?
We've got
any shockers right now?
Not really.
Teasing the folks a little bit?
Pretty much going to form.
Well, you get to this point in the season, sort of cream rises to the top, too, doesn't it?
It does.
34-7, the Bruins lead the game. They've scored 34 unanswered. To kick it away will be Drew English. English will knock it down there. Pretty good boot by the little guy. Waller at the 10. 15, 20, far side right on his feet, and goes out of bounds at about the 25-yard line, I think. Let's see where they mark it. Weiser brought it back. I apologize. Those 5s and 8s run together way across there. I thought maybe it was just me, but then you started having problems with it. We need to watch our replay, our screen better, I guess.
I don't know. But
Jay has that great vivid picture there you see.
I'm trying to find a score of a ball game, and I'm not going to say who it is, but they need to widen up their scoreboard so you can actually see it.
23-yard line. First and 10.
A magnifying glass.
23-yard line, first and 10.
I'll have to talk to management about
All right,
that.
the Lions need a score. They bring Butler back in there. Cates back in there. 2 receivers far side right, 1 here to the near side. The radio audience, we try to paint the picture for them. Low snap, but Butler picks it up and throws it to Tompkins, and he's hitting the backfield. Stumbles his way maybe. No, he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Look at this great pursuit.
That play originated from the 22s back to the 19.
Yeah, look, our guy's whacking there. Popped some guy in the head pretty good. As you see Blammo there, but he held with it and made a great open field tackle there.
Well, you know, on the defensive side, Coach Hardegree, he's a master. You know, in the film room, he told those kids, you see number 7 there? Wherever he goes, you be in the neighborhood. Well, down to 35 seconds, and the Lions aren't in a hurry. I think we're just going to sort of go to the house here, Stan, and say, let's get this thing to the locker room. Butler throws out there to Tompkins. Tompkins one-on-one with his fellow number 7, made a nice tackle.
But, I mean,
Sam McMillan made a super defensive play.
This great pursuit. They've got that play well scouted.
We'll be downstairs for a little while at halftime. Stan will have the halftime for you for the most part. You'll never be able to read my scoring recap. I'll do that. And the Lions are going to let the clock run down. We're at halftime. USJ 34, TCA 7. We'll take a break. Be back with our halftime activities after this on the BallGame Blitz.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Buying a car is all about you. In person, over the phone, or online, we make it simple and easy. Our place is yours, no matter where you live. LonnieCobbFord.com or Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
Along with Diamond Dave McCulley, my name's Stan Gerard. There you see at the half, USJ leading TCA 34-7. Here's some other halftime scores from around West Tennessee on the Thompson-Smith Insurance scoreboard. Jackson Christian leads FACS 35-0. Gleason over McEwen 24-8. Rossville Christian over Delta Street 16-12. Brewston 36, Perry County 22. Covington 31-12 over Dyer County. Gleason leads McEwen 24-8. Milan leads Obion Central 14-6. Crockett County was leading their game 3-0 last I heard. Dyersburg leads Millington 14-7. Gibson County leads Houston County 20-8. West Carroll over Greenfield 15-0. Chester County is leading Lexington 7-0. Riverside 34-7 over Adamsville. Union City 24-7 over Camden. And those are a look at the scores that we have. We'll go to another sheet and see if we can translate some more scores. It was Southside leading McNary 21-0. Crockett County was leading Northside at 3-0. Peabody was leading Humboldt 21-0. Haywood was leading South Gibson 21-14. Hardin County destroying Liberty at the half 42-0. Middle Tennessee Christian led 14-7. And still not seeing any action yet down there on the field. And what we're going to do right now is, if we can turn our attention to the field down
Dave
there.
McCulley is no stranger to the Trinity family, and tonight we want to honor and thank him for his service, not only to TCA, but to sports in general. Tonight marks an incredible milestone as he hosts as Diamond, or the voice of sports. Dave shares his love and knowledge of athletics with fans around West Tennessee and beyond. For over 20 years now, Stan Gerard has shared the booth with Diamond, and he has this to say about him. 21 years ago, I was sent by a local radio station to do live cut-ins on a green field at USJ. That would be the first time I ever shared a microphone with Diamond Dave McCulley. Little did I know back then what type of ride I was preparing to go on. Since then, I've had the privilege of covering multiple state championship games and have traveled untold thousands of miles with the man I simply call the voice of sports. Dave has taught me many things about being a broadcaster over the years. He taught me to always be prepared and do your research. He taught me the importance of recognizing the fans and the importance of saying hello to you during the games. Without the fans listening and watching, we have nothing. But most importantly, he taught me to always make sure the broadcasts were about the kids, not us in the booth. The kids are most important of all. Dave and I have traveled many a road together, and there are a few places we have not been to in West Tennessee to cover the TCA lines and its kids. If it's God's will, when I grow and become someone in this business, I hope that I can be half the broadcaster that Dave McCulley has become. Here is to hoping for many more years with my partner and friend. Diamond, thank you for all you have done. Thank you for being the voice of sports. Thank you for sharing your gift of broadcasting with the TCA family. And tonight, on behalf of Trinity Christian Academy and the TCA Booster Club, we honor you. We are grateful for God's goodness and faithfulness in your life, and we pray for many more broadcasts in the future. Fans, help us thank the voice of sports, Mr. Diamond Dave McCulley.
And there you have it, Diamond Dave, tonight his 3,000th broadcast. And that may be understating it by a few. And like I said, I hope that there are many, many more. We've still got a little work to do and some business to be done. And I hope I'll get the opportunity to call many a game with my broadcast partner and my friend. With that being said, you're watching the halftime show here at Trinity Christian Academy. USJ leads 34-7. We're back after this.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Hello, I'm Chad P. Wilson with Foundation Bank, family-owned community bank here in West Tennessee. Your checking account should offer more than a place to just store your money. Our foundation benefits with high interest accounts include the flexibility of a checking account with tiered interest rates, identity theft protection, cell phone protection, and more. So start a financial conversation with us today by visiting foundationbank.org or calling us on the number at the screen. In the meantime, go Lions! McKinsey Banking Company is an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
At McCoy's Heating & Air, we realize there are more than enough things to worry about on a day-to-day basis. With our new 10-year all-inclusive package, your home comfort doesn't have to be one of them. For one low monthly payment, you can purchase a brand new York unit with full maintenance and repair coverage for 10 years with approved credit. No hassle, no stress, just complete coverage for your comfort and convenience. Contact McCoy's Heating & Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com to schedule your free new AC estimate today.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Alongside Diamond Dave McCulley, my name's Stan Gerard. We're at the half where USJ, well, we led 7-0 for a short period of time. They've scored 34 straight to take a 34-7 lead over your TCA Lions. Here's a few of the individual numbers. For TCA, Tompkins with 23 yards and a touchdown. Moore with 2 carries for 5 yards. Vales with 1 rush for 6. Waller with 3 receptions for 56 yards. And Tompkins has 1 for -2 yards. And that, my friends, is the entire offense for Trinity Christian Academy tonight. For USJ, it's another story. Sane, 1 reception for 14 and a score. Finch, 1 reception for 4 and a score. Seals, 1 reception for 7. Barksdale, I believe, with 4 receptions for 48 yards and a touchdown. And let's see, 103, 113, 148 yards on 14 carries for Mr. Finch. In the backfield, Pettigrew with 2 carries for 18 yards for the Bruins. And at the half, it is USJ 34 and TCA 7. We're going to take another look at the scoreboard from around West Tennessee. We'll go over it one more time here. Union City leads Camden 34-7. Riverside over Adamsville 34-7. Chester County over Lexington 7-0. West Carroll 15, Greenfield 0. Gibson County leads Houston County 20-8. Dyersburg leads Millington 14-7. Crockett leads their ball game 3-0. Milan leads Obion Central 14-6 at the half. Gleason leads McEwen 24-8. Covington 31, Dyer County 12. Brewston 36. Perry County 22. Gleason leads McEwen 24-8. We've already given you that score. Jackson Christian leads 35-0 in that ball game. I've got a few other scores here. It was Crockett County leading Northside 3-0. Southside led McNary 21-0. Middle Tennessee Christian led Webb 14-7. And Hardin County 42, Liberty 0 in that ball game. Let's look at our scores from West Tennessee on the Thompson-Smith scoreboard. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more on the halftime show. You're watching TCA Football on the TCA Broadcast Network. Back after this.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank has assembled an all-star staff with decades of experience in the Jackson and West Tennessee markets. Our top priority is listening to your goals and dreams, helping you develop a plan to achieve them. Benefit from our more than 100 years of experience. Visit us at Thompson Farms or give us a call. West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
We offer live webcasting for families. It kind of came out of when so many warriors were going overseas to war. We have learned to offer families more choices, that we want to serve our families well and serve our families better.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Hello, I'm Chad P. Wilson with Foundation Bank, a family-owned community bank here in West Tennessee. You know, home buying can be a long and confusing process, especially in today's market. Well, our Home Sweet Home Loan program offers incredibly competitive rates and allows you to keep your loan local throughout the entire life of the loan. So start your financial conversation with us today by visiting foundationbank.org or calling us on the number on the screen. In the meantime, go Lions! McKinsey Banking Company and Foundation Bank are an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And welcome back to the halftime show. TCA leads USJ 34-7. Donovan's going to open up his hello machine here, and we're going to give you a big dose of hellos if you're watching this ball game tonight here in West Tennessee. Why? Because it's the right thing to do.
Well, I'm trying to find it, Stan, and I've been down on the field. And let me just take a moment and thank Jay, Dexter, Matt, Christy Timms, all the folks here at TCA. So very nice, beautiful plaque they gave me. And tonight's the 3,000 broadcast of my career. And I hadn't really said anything about that tonight, but let me just say thanks again. The steak and shrimp kicked off tonight in this case. But I appreciate the golf ride by Dexter down there and back too, I might add. I'm a little out of breath even with that. And let me just say, Jody Pickens, our great district attorney, a diehard USJ fan, met me downstairs, gave me a big hug. He worked with me on Lambeth a little bit for several years.
He was on the championship broadcast
the championship against Union, the semifinals and the championship game. But let me just say again, and I'll say something at the end of the game tonight, at the end of the broadcast. Let me just thank you. A beautiful thing that you wrote that Clinton Reed read. And Jay, I appreciate you so much too. But very, very well done by the TCA folks. And I am humbled and honored tonight. And still humbled and honored every time I come to TCA to do any kind of sporting event.
Well, Melanie Wilburn is watching tonight's broadcast. Larry Vales, Ralphie, and Lois Ann are watching. I know Coach Northcutt and his better half Lisa are watching. John Broser, our former board director, is watching. Nancy Lack, May Webb.
I mentioned all those folks too. I left out Brad Keltner. Brad was on the golf cart with Dexter and I. He said my son's watching tonight. Said that he had reached out to Jeremy and made sure Jeremy was watching tonight.
And Jeremy is watching. The Snake Rod Parker's watching in Florida, among others. If you're watching this game anywhere, leave us a message in the comments section. You know, to heck with the regulations for the rest of this half. We're going to say hello to the people because, you know, like I said, it's the right thing to do. It's the business thing to do, and more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
Well, I'm trying to draw mine up too, Stan, and I haven't found that connection yet, but you did a great job with those, and certainly, again, big thanks to everyone. 34-7 here at the break. Stan, what does TCA have to do to get back in this thing?
Well, we'll get the ball to start the second half. So it's going to be one of those things. I'd like to say we're going to have to score right off the bat. Yeah, I have no idea what Blake told him in the locker room. I'm sure he said something much more inspirational than I could have ever dreamed about coming up with. And, you know, him and the staff are instructing him on what to, you know, how to do to correct some of the errors from the first half. But it's important we somehow get the offense going. Somebody's got to step somewhere up. You know, I'll put a challenge on to Cade. Cade, you got to stand there in the huddle and find an open receiver somewhere. You've got 4 or 5 receivers with great hands. They're covering Waller like the morning dew. Somebody is open. Find that young man who is open and let him get out there and do some damage. Offensive line. Hey, I'm an old lineman. Got to get out there and block somebody, boys. We got to get Lakai a hole that he can run through so he can make some yards. Get your shoulders and the hips.
Yep.
Yeah, USJ is a bigger team. Get your shoulders in their hip. If you put a shoulder in the hip and chop those legs and move forward, that man will move with a shoulder in his hip. He has to move. It is impossible for him to fight you off if you put the shoulder in the hip. Drive, and drive. Do not give up. Do not get discouraged. Act like it's a 0-0 game and come out and breathe fire in this second half and raise a whole bunch of you-know-what and put the fear of the good Lord in our friends from USJ, and let's go win this second half.
And Stan, realistically, you know, the odds of coming back to win this thing are not very good. But even if you don't, you brought up a good point, even if you don't, you set the stage for a big matchup against another crosstown rival, or another city rival in Jackson Christian next week, and then that last regular season game on the road, and you set yourself up for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is you just got to come out. I totally agree with what you said. Come out and play like it's nothing right now.
Well, bottom line is, you know, unless we get the miracle comeback, you know, we're going to drop this one. But next week, what's at stake? A home playoff game.
Yeah.
Hosting a home first-round playoff game. Now, we're probably going to get a first-round playoff game anyway, but a second seed, you know, gets you a window into the third round almost. And, you know, it's we've got to find those ways to do it. And, you know, get a good showing. Get your licks in. Now, it doesn't say take anything cheap. Hit them hard. Hit them cleanly, but hit them hard. And we can't do anything about the first half, but let's win this second half battle. And let's know that they earned it when they walk off the field. They had to earn it tonight.
Good point, Stan. I'm not sure who all you said hello to, but I have messages from Joan Council, Wayne and Peggy Parker. They watch and listen every week. Shirley Gaddy says, go Will Keltner. Gregory Teal, Ray Davis, May Webb, Nancy Lack has checked in a couple of times. Diane Lawler-Delk and Peggy Williams watching from St. Louis tonight. Brenda Hassler-Moore from Bradenton, Florida. I think you mentioned her. Our lovely buddy Melanie Wilburn. And you mentioned all those folks, and As long as we know Ralphie's watching, we know we've got an audience.
Yeah,
tonight,
we know we got Lois say as long as Ralphie, we still, unless we're like the country back in the '60s when the president lost Cronkite. As long as we got Ralphie, we're good.
No doubt about it. The Bruins lead 34-7. TCA led 7-0. Let's give you that quick scoring recap. 6:46 of the first, 74-yard drive, capped off by the Tompkins 1-yard run. PAT by Hostinger made it 7-0. Lions looked in pretty good shape, but then Finch, a 6-yard run, capping off an 80-yard drive about 4 minutes later, about 4.5 minutes later, and USJ tied the game at 7. Then the Bruins took the lead, a 72-yard drive. It was Barksdale to Sane on the halfback pass. PAT made it 14-7. And then the Bruins get right back on the board again. A 21-yard drive after a poor punt and a 20-yard run, 21-7. It was the Bruins leading by 14. Then Finch, a 4-yard pass from Pettigrew, made it 28-7. And then they capped it off. They took the ball with 2:05 left in the half, and it only took them about 50 seconds to score again. A 67-yard was a beautiful pass from Pettigrew to Barksdale. He made a spectacular run after the catch. PAT was no good. That's where we stand, 34-7 here at the half.
Well, the crowd has not left us. We've still got the crowd. A lot of Railbirds tonight here in Jackson on the north end of the field. I see the folks from the E-Plus got you for a little sideline interview as well.
Yeah, George asked me a couple of questions. I appreciate that. George Tennyson, he's on the board down there, but we appreciate that and did a really good job. And, again, I want to thank TCA and all the folks here that made a special presentation.
So you were on 101 tonight then for a little bit.
Yeah, sure was, yeah. Saw Seabass earlier. He congratulated me, so we appreciate that. But really nice gesture by TCA, 3,000 games, and they've mounted up through the years, and I've probably asked about 4 or 5 times coming back, Stan, how much longer? Well, my answer is pretty well what it's been for the last several years. As long as the Lord blesses me with health, I'm going to keep going. And when I leave, you'll take over, I'm sure, and you'll do a great job as well. I appreciate your kind comments again.
Well, thank you. You're very much welcome. And we are just about set.
Here we go.
For second half action, USJ will be kicking off to TCA. And here's Dave McCulley.
Thank you very much, Stan the Man. Drew English will kick it. End over end. And Nick Jones will drift back at about the 3. He's to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, trying to get far side right, running out of real estate. And they tackle him back at about the 15, maybe up to about the 19-yard line. Nick ran about 35 yards, and Stan got about 16, didn't he?
Old adage, run north and south.
Yep.
You weren't going to break that for a 50, 60-yard gain. Run north and south, and you have gotten more than what you ended up getting trying to get to the edge.
Yeah, because the Bruins have showed tonight on the defensive side of the ball.
Their pursuit is great.
They've covered the flanks pretty well, don't they?
They've got good size, good speed, and good quickness and a good tackling skill.
They're the best team I've seen this year, and I know they lost at Union City, but I think they're better.
I don't know. Look here. Here's a nice little run for TCA.
And that's a good run to the 20, to the 23, 24-yard line. Tompkins,
About
he picks
an
up
8-yard
about
run.
Yeah.
But what you got, Union City's going to say, well, wait a minute, we won that ball game. I would love to see that game replayed right now.
I would, too. I think USJ is the better team, and that's no slight to our friends up in O'Brien County. Second down and 2, the ball at the 23, 24-yard line. Tompkins again, keeping it on the ground. Lions, first down. He moves his way to about the 29.
5-yard pickup. And what we did here, Dave, we're not getting him completely to the edge, but we're getting him to going off tackle. Instead of in between the 2 guards and the center, we're getting him off tackle a little bit, and he's finding some room to run because they're playing those 3 interior down linemen in kind of tight. You can pinch those tackles in on him. He's got to go one-on-one with the linebacker, and that's not a good deal for the linebacker.
Here's a screen pass. Cooper Vales has it. Cooper's got running room.
40, he's gone!
45, midfield, 45, 40, 35, 30. Vales, they pull him from behind. Down from behind, and it's Sam McMillan that saved the touchdown. Nice little screen pass from Butler to Bales.
52
and Cooper
yards.
Went 52 yards.
I thought he was gone, Dave.
I did too, but credit McMillan, who had a good angle on him, Stan. First and 10, the ball at the 21-yard line of the Bruins. And the Lions have something going. This is exactly what Blake Butler and Michael Mancini, the coaching staff, wanted. Doubles, far side right, flanker right. Butler drops the ball, picks it up. Now he's going to throw, and his man's wide open. Touchdown! The Lions are on the board.
Waller on the 21-yard reception.
And credit, that was a good snap. Credit Kay Butler, who just dropped it, had the presence of mind to pick it up and found him from 21 yards out.
Good job, Presence. Didn't throw off his back foot as much as we've seen in the past, and blown coverage by USJ, but nice thrown ball. Give that man 6.
21 yards. As Stan told you, here's the PAT by Homesinger. He just knocks it right through there. And it is 34-14 and a great start. 11:04 left in the third, and the Bruins will be back on offense, and the Lions will try to stop them and keep climbing back in it. Back after this.
For the past 22 years, Tennessee Tractor has been committed to you, our customers. That's why our locally owned business delivers great John Deere products with great service at a great price. From the backyard to the back 40, whatever size project your family's got, you can rely on us to help you get it done. From our friendly staff to our reliable equipment and our quality service, Tennessee Tractor has one goal: to keep you and your family up and running. Hometown value, hometown service. That's Tennessee Tractor.
West Tennessee Tractor, one of the fine sponsors of Trinity Christian Academy Sports, actually Tennessee Tractor. Them along with Waterwell Solutions, Justin Miller and the gang, great sponsors of TCA Athletics, not only here at the high school level, but also sponsoring the broadcast on West Tennessee Sports, which will begin here just in a couple of weeks. Basketball, about October 22nd or so. I'll release the West Tennessee Sports Middle School basketball schedule this weekend. Look for it on the West Tennessee Sports Facebook page.
And you'll update that to Monday when you have your show.
Yep.
7 o'clock. Here is the onside kick by Hosinger, and it skitters right through it. People, and TCA may have it. I think the Lions have a good chance to get that thing. Let's wait and see. They're reacting. No call from the official yet. And what a nice kick by Hosinger. The front line of USJ just watched it go by them. Watch them watch the ball. They don't go at it. They just run. Oh, my goodness. What a mistake mentally by the USJ front line there. I'm not sure who came up with it.
Coach Hargreaves is not going to be a happy camper with that. Somebody's going to get their head bit off.
Yeah, Jim. I love Jim to death. Yeah, I see him over there. He's pacing, got that white cap on.
You know, he's also the dean of boys. I'm not sure what his official title is. He's basically the dean of boys over at USJ. He'll find some way to get somebody for that.
Well, the ball will be at the 42-yard line of the Bruins. They didn't get to rest long on defense, did they?
No.
Both teams have people going both ways, but it's a mental thing when you got to get right back out there after you thought you might get a couple plays off. Well, it's 1st and 10 at the 42.
And it's always easier for the offense to get their breath back.
Absolutely. Cashin and the offensive line there. Ray, Keltner, Riddick and others. Snap. They go for the fly pattern again. Here's Waller down, picked off. Waller, and great defense by Noah Spencer, who picked that pass off down at about the 15-yard line.
Underthrew it.
Yep, sure did.
Well, look.
I like the call stand. Just execution wasn't there.
Well, we tried to get to Waller. We had somebody open in the flats, and I get it. Waller is the premier receiver. I get it. He's going to get the lion's share of the catches, no pun intended.
You know that. The fans know it. I know it. And they know it. That's the
thing. So that's why we got to find somebody. That's why I said in the pregame, they're going to have him in jail. We got to find somebody else.
You told me that today in a phone conversation. 14-yard line, 1st and 10.
I
Bruins.
know a little bit about this game.
Get it right back. Here's Tompkins on the blitz, and he's running right after the quarterback, Pettigrew, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and upended finally. Nick Jones got a hand on him, and then finishing him off was Will Weiser.
24-yard pickup for Pettigrew.
Boy, Tompkins had a beat on him, but just couldn't get there.
Yep.
39-yard line.
24-yard on the pickup, and my.
Yep. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bruins. That's a way to answer if you're a Bruin fan, to come right back like that. So it's going to be receivers here to the near side. 3 of them. In double coverage.
We're undercovevered here.
Yeah,
We got a mismatch here. Rotate over.
Yeah, they really, they find it. Here's the pass.
That's an illegal block.
At the midfield stripe and down inside the midfield stripe and to about the 46 of TCA. And Will Keltner made the stop
run that play
on
again if we
Barksdale.
can. Yeah, they ran that play in the first half the other side, and we missed play at that half on that series too.
Barksdale has killed the Lions tonight. Here it is, Stan. We've got two trying to cover
Three wide open. Watch this play here.
Yeah, that's
a block in the black.
Yeah.
The block in the black.
He sure missed that. Well, he did block him, and he's wearing black. You're right, so you went totally wrong. Spencer, far side left, slot left. Big Sane, the big receivers here to the near side. The up back, the half back. To the right of Pettigrew. Play fake. And now the Bruins running for their life, and incomplete. And the reason he threw it and had to throw it too quickly was he was being pursued handily by Braden Waller. Incomplete.
Yeah, on the safety blitz
Watch
here.
Waller. Watch him here.
That's the Finch with what I would call the phantom block.
Yeah, but Finch just said, all right, I hope they don't watch this film.
Yeah. If my old buddy Mick Snell from Evansville Rights is watching, that's an ode to you, brother Mick. You were the original phantom blocker.
I can tell you what would be said in the film room. They'll look at Finch and say, what was that?
That was that Olay block.
Yeah, that's the way I would have blocked if I was playing. Wave at him as he goes by. 10:08 left. Play fake. They go across that pattern again. There's Barksdale again. Same pattern this time from the left side, though. He's got the first down to the 35-yard line. We have not been able to defend that all night, that little slant.
See, here's the deal with Barksdale. Barksdale is a tall Eli Parker.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Three-dog night. Or three-dog in your case, yep.
Yep. He is a tall three-dog.
Rod, you said, is watching tonight.
He is in Florida watching. I know he talked to Blake this morning.
So you mean Rod's going to miss the Tennessee-Alabama game tomorrow?
I'm sure he'll be watching.
I'm sure he will. That's going to be a knockdown drag out. I told Matt Cole, a diehard UT fan, that Nick called and said they weren't coming. They already had them losing. Here is the play fake. Pettigrew, a roll, throw, incomplete. Nick Jones, nice defensive play. Incomplete.
See, we're getting him. We're getting some pressure. He's feeling the pressure. He's rolling out. I don't understand why we have so many teams that make quarterbacks roll to their left and try and throw with their right hand.
We've seen a lot tonight, even,
both
quarterbacks.
We see a lot of that all year long. Including ourselves, and I just don't get. They got an injured player there on the sideline, about the 25, Dave.
Not
off
a
the
high
field.
percentage play. Let's hope he's all right.
Yeah, he's off the field, so I'm not sure whether.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep playing, to be honest with you. 9:33, clock arrested, 34-14. The Lions struck on an 81-yard drive to open this third stanza, trying to come up now, with a stop. They give it to Finch. Finch breaks a tackle or two, but he can't break that third
Who was
wave.
that?
And that is one William Keltner. Mowing the gang like that.
Nice job. Great job on the outside blitz, forcing him up the middle. You see the all-out blitz there. Boy, we almost got there before the ball did. One hit miss, but Keltner, bam, with the hit.
Keltner said, we missed a few tackles tonight on our side on the team, but I'm not missing this one. Boy, he wrapped him up around the legs, didn't he?
Yeah. Like the fabulous Thunderbirds, wrap it up.
34-14. Grandma and Granddad watch every week. Two receivers far side left.
Didn't she get run over by a reindeer?
There's a high snap. They pull it down, and it's caught, but a short gain.
How did he catch that ball?
I'm not sure how he caught that either. And again on the stop, Keltner. Good sportsmanship.
Look at this. He's kind of shot-putted that ball in there.
That's a dangerous pass, too, because Kobe Moore was in the neighborhood, tried to go down low and get it. It's going to be 4th and about 8.
Well, boy, we've got to have a stop here.
Oh, got to stop. This could be.
This is what, our second, fourth down situation.
This will determine whether TCA is probably going to have a chance to get back in this thing or not.
I
4th
would
and
agree.
8. The ball at the 33-yard line of TCA. Watch for Barksdale. Where is he going to be? Or Sane. They go out here instead to Finch. And he's going to be stopped.
Yes!
And
Guess who
Keltner
that
again,
was?
third straight tackle, and he gets up and flexes a little bit, and he deserves to.
Yeah, look at
Great
this
play
play.
by Keltner. I'll tell you another guy, Miller was in the area.
Yeah.
Moore was in the area that sort of, watch these guys stay at home here. And that allows Keltner to go get him.
We're getting better pressure on the quarterback in this half, and our pursuit is better as well.
Absolutely. And Nick Jones was in the neighborhood, too. Those guys were able to disrupt the play to allow Keltner to get there.
You think there might have been a little coaching from next door?
Might have been. Well, the ball's at the 32. That was only a gain of a yard. And now the Bruins back on defense.
Rumor has it the guy in the booth next to us knows a little something about defense.
I think Coach Butler might know a few things, yes. Steelers knew that. He was a Hall of Famer, great player at Memphis, Hall of Famer with the Seahawks. They put Cooper Vales in motion. Butler rolls that way and throws that way, and it goes to the hands of Vales.
Might as well have been an incomplete pass because he was covered very well on the play.
Brooks Jones was right there in his face, and that's two guys right there that know each other, Cooper Vales and Brooks Jones. Larry Vales knows both of them. He's grandsons.
Yeah.
How about that play?
And you think that play wasn't put on by design?
Yes. Well, it's going to be second down and 10.
I think we need to run the ball here, but this is play. We got to rip off by a 7-yarder on this play to give us something reasonable.
To have it manageable. You're right. They give it to Tom. No. Vales, they go back to Vales this time from Butler, and not much, maybe a couple yards, and that's it. So it's going to be third down and 8. That didn't fool them. And I'm telling you, Stan, again, very impressed with how USJ covers the flanks.
The pursuit, excellent.
Their line is so big that they can just hold things up. That allows their backers and their defensive secondary to come up and just, if you know you can't run it against them, that pretty well sets him home free.
That first series, we marched down the field, off tackle, off tackle, off tackle.
Third down and 8. Ball at the 34. Butler. They draw me again on the screen pass to Vales, and oh my, what a great stop. That play might have been there, except in the neighborhood making the tackle was Alex Wallace.
He does a great job.
He may have saved a first down. Fourth and about 6 now.
Yeah, we missed a block on him. We should have been able to pick him up, and we just let him go, or we would have had first down yards, pick up of 1 on the play.
Fourth down and almost 7. Butler getting the call in from the near sideline here. Let's see if now they're going to punt it, I think. And it will be a punt by Butler. And it's called at about the 37, 40, 45, midfield into TCA territory, hustling his way on the downside, running downhill that time. Was that Barksdale? My goodness. No, that wasn't Barksdale. It was someone else. Excuse me. Kai made the stop, or he could have saved more yards. Well, the ball's at the 46, and USJ great field position, Stan. Stopped him a moment ago. Defense got to do it again.
Just making sure I didn't put a dent in my cane a little while ago.
I heard that. I thought it was somebody up top, but that was you, huh? Okay.
Well, it does give me a way to express my frustration without saying something.
I may have to call the chief of security here, we found out tonight at TCA.
Jay
Cash. And listen, you don't want to mess with Jay. You got your T-shirts yet? Here is first and 10 at the 46. Polos would be nice, too, when they stand.
Yep.
Working this way. Now here's the ball thrown away. Boy, TCA had that well covered.
And if you look at the 39-yard line, far side hash, there's a flag down the field that was there before the play started.
Van Buren, well, Jay said leave them out there and just pick them up.
Apparently that's what they're doing.
Van Buren had the pressure, and then Nick Jones had the coverage, and it's going to be second and 10. Boy, a couple of big stops here would be big to keep them in the game. TCA, they have Seals, the up back. They throw it out here in the flat. Guess who? Barksdale again. Wide open again. 40. And at the 35, Sane gives him a block. 25. Here comes a flag again. That's probably going to be a illegal block that time. I didn't think Sane saying, was that me? And they're going to get Sane on an illegal block.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it. We'll see the replay here.
Yeah, so it's going to push it back to about the 40 at least.
Jay with his magic fingers back here.
Ask, you shall receive.
Giving him too much of a cushion, aren't they, Stan?
Yeah.
Barksdale caught it. You see Keltner coming right at him. There's a block back. Oh, yeah, that's no doubt about that.
That's pretty blatant.
He didn't just block him. He shoved him right proverbially in the back, didn't he?
So that's got to be from the spot of the foul that should have been.
Brings it back to the 40.
Where was that ball caught at?
He caught it back at about the 45. He's on the little flare round out pattern, but
so why did they only go to the 40? That should have been from the.
I think they got it from the 25, around the 26. Okay. I think where the flag.
I'll give that. I'll give you that.
So it's going to be second down there after all of that, and about 4.5 yards. Pettigrew, play fake. He's got a sack.
Yes.
And Colby Moore says hello and gets him all the way back at the USJ 48-yard line.
He comes on the outside blitz, top of your screen. And, boy, they had nobody there. It was dead meat like Stan chasing a rib.
I love what TCA's doing defensively, though, Stan. You got to pursue. You've got to be aggressive. If they burn you on a long play, let them burn you.
Well,
but you just cannot let them keep.
That's why I said we got to blitz and blitz every play. Are they going to beat us? Yeah, every once in a while. You're going to. The law of averages.
I think the guy in the booth to our right may be saying that to them.
Yeah. Well, he knew a lot about blitzes.
Yeah, Coach Butler, long-time defensive coordinator with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And now it's third down and about 16, 17 yards.
You know, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated once.
Yeah, I remember that. Here's the pass. Barksdale again caught it, but Nick Jones catches him. And he's down at about the 45. It makes it manageable for him. It's going to be about fourth and about 8 or 9. No, they give him forward progress to the 44. You're right, Sam. Fourth and about 8.
Yeah, I'm USJ. I'm getting rid of this ball. I'm going.
Well, it looks like they're going to bring the punting unit in.
Yeah.
Well,
now watch the fake. Watch the fake.
The Lions have made a statement in this half. You may beat us, but we're not going to go down just laying down. We're going to fight you to the end.
Maybe I had a direct line to Mancini. He got it to the team. And
that's a credit to Blake and the staff and these kids. 4th and 8. In to punt it will be Drew English. He'll stand back about his 45. The Bruins set it down. Low snap. But
wait a minute, his knee.
His knee
hit at the 45.
The official is saying, no, it didn't. It goes into the end zone.
I want to see the replay on that.
Boy, it looked like his knee may have hit the ground, but the official motioned to the crowd here and to the bench and held his hands up like, no, he was a few inches off the ground.
Oh, let's see here.
Let's wait and see here.
Boy, I wish we had Zoom on this.
Here's the all-important replay.
Can we hit it frame by frame?
Here's the snap.
It looked
like his knee went down.
I'm sorry.
Knee.
That's down.
Left knee went
down. That's
down. Yeah, I thought it did too, Stan, to be honest with you. They've done a good job overall.
It was the knee pad hit the ground.
I think they may have missed that one.
His knee may not have gone all the way down, but the knee pad, which is a part of the uniform, part of the body, hit the ground. That's down.
We had a great look at it. It sure looked like it did. Well, after all of that, 20-yard line, 1st and 10. The Lions get a break that the ball skittered into the end zone. Don't ask me to spell that. Here's the handoff to Tompkins. Tompkins upended and hit hard. Boy, he's hit hard in that backfield. The guy that got back there has had a good game is Brooks Jones. And Tompkins is not getting up. Say a little prayer for Lakai. Let's hope he's all right. He took a clean but vicious hit. We'll take a break.
Oh, no.
34-14, 3:54 left here. Tompkins down. Say a little prayer back up to this on the BallGame Blitz.
This is not good. I saw his leg.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits, from immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief. You can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
Lakai Tompkins is walking off the field. That's the good news, off of a wicked hit. And that's going to be a big concern as he gets help off. And Colby Moore, your dad says get in the game, boy.
Dr. Vance.
You got to play now.
Dr. Nicholas Vance and Kevin Hansen out there attending to him. He is not putting much weight on that one of those wheels at all. Let's again, say a little prayer for him. Well, ball at the 20-yard line. First, or make it second down and 10. Took a tough hit, and Kobe Morey is in the game in the pistol behind Butler. They give it to Kobe. He goes far side right. He's got a head of steam, and then
broke one tackle.
Yeah, broke a tackle, but the second wave got him.
Pickup of about 4.
Yep, up to the 24. It's going to be third down and 6, 3:29. Stan, no matter what happens in this game right now, though, obviously.
Game's not important.
You just pray for Lakai Tompkins, the outstanding, the sensational freshman. If they gave a freshman award across the state to anyone, he would win it.
They used to locally because I campaigned and got Kyle the Dude Freshman of the Year in West Tennessee back in the 2011.
And that platformed him to one of the great careers ever here at TCA, one of the great careers ever in the state. But also, Stan, you got to be proud of the way these kids have fought back. Here's Butler rolling, throwing, almost picked off, or is it picked off? Let's say you stayed in bounds. A juggling acrobatic interception.
Oh, they're going to.
Yep.
Oh, are you sure?
It's Brooks Jones. I'll say this: the official was right there and had his eyes right down. He knocked the ball up in the air, tumbled around with it a little bit, and came down with it.
One. Still hard to say.
Hard to say, yep. But Brooks Jones makes the great play, and that's another pass Kay would like to have back. Trying to make something happen. You can't fault him on that.
Well, the blitz came. He had to the blitz came, and he had to readjust, and once he had to readjust there, it threw him completely off kilter.
Stan, you and I talked in the countdown to kickoff about mistakes. Both teams have had their share of them tonight, haven't they?
Yep. Well, not only do we lose Lakai on offense, we also lose him on defense.
34-14. Dr. Vance down there looking at Lakai, talking to him. Handoff this time, new running back. No, that's a Finch again. Finch, oh my goodness, what a play. He dives in the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown. Yep. He just made a tremendous cut right down the gut that time. And when he got about 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, he almost like JoJo Jones of Lambeth fame, stopped with one foot and never lost a bit of speed and just took it off with the right foot and goes in from 26 yards out. What a turn of events, Stan.
Yep. A lot of holding on that play, though, too, but that's irrelevant.
2:41 left in the third, and it makes it now 40-14. PAT is up, and it is good. 41-14, and the Bruins regain the momentum. 2:41 in the third. Stay with us. This is TCA Football on the TCA Football Network.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Well, you knew Rod Parker, but we're watching that game tomorrow from Akando, he says, and the Vols on the Tide tomorrow, 2:30, CBS National Championship game. The football folks are in Knoxville tomorrow morning, Stan. That's got greatness written all over it, but should be a heck of a game.
I guess my question is, what was CBS thinking in putting Michigan and IU as their national game of the week last week?
Yeah, I felt bad for Tom Allen.
How bad? What was the score of that game? I never heard.
Well, they hung in there for a long time. Then they wound up getting beat, I think, a couple of touchdowns. 41-14. My Cats need to come back tomorrow, Rod, against Mississippi State. Mr. Leach in the gang. He's quite a character. Good for football, though.
A lot of characters in the South coaching.
Yeah, the Southeastern Conference. Lane's got him going down at Ole Miss. Of course, Georgia and Alabama still, they just roll along. And now here's the kick. It's a touchback. And it's 41-14, so a lot of action tomorrow. You know, last week, Stan, we didn't have, or a couple of weeks ago, we didn't have hardly any marquee games at all. Tomorrow, it's full of them around the nation.
I'm going to sleep tomorrow, I think.
Well, I would, but I have duties tomorrow to college level. Campbellsville hosting the Wildcats tomorrow, and again, we're not making that trip, but homecoming the following week. Boy, you talk about 2 weeks that are tough on SIDs, homecoming and senior day.
Because they're going to expect you to know about the decorations and everything.
Well, you say that being funny, but it's almost true. I mean,
I know it's true.
It doesn't matter what. You've been up there with me. It doesn't matter what happens. Dave,
it's your deal.
David take care of it. It will be when they're being nice to me, it's Diamond Dave. When they really want something, it's Dave will take to it. It's like my wife, David. Here is the handoff to Kobe Moore. The Lions call the right play on the blitz, and they scurry up to about the 24.
Pick up a 4 on the play. Let's see here. Little cross action there. Comes back and makes a block.
Yeah. Boy, Jay does a great job of those replays, doesn't he?
Got to be a little more tight with that block, though, more effective with it.
You're an old offensive lineman. You know about those, don't you? Third down, and make it down. Second down and 6. Hand off to Moore again. Moore this time. I like what he did that time, Stan. He didn't juke and jive. He just went straight at him, and he's got the first down to the 31-yard line. You know, that drive you mentioned a moment ago, Stan, running off tackle, TCA bothered them, didn't it?
Yeah, and then the series after that, that's where I pounded my cane. We went with those flat passes every time, but and the series before we were just marching on them.
Singles each way, and now the Lions, Keltner makes a rare mistake. He come up out of his stance. So it's going to be first down still, but 1st and 15.
Those are things that's very
well. With the win
those
tonight,
mistakes we can't make.
Win tonight, USJ is
region champion.
Region champs. Yep. Said that a bunch of times through the years about the Bruins.
Well, they'll be moving to Double-A football next year.
Great program, no doubt about it. Going back to the Mickey Marley days, Coach Kilzer when he was over here. Here's the pass.
See, I mean, they read that
Weiser,
flat pass.
And then he is hit immediately.
They reacted. He reacts before the throw.
Yep.
Before the throw, he's reacting and going towards him.
And that's another loss. So now it's going to be second down and about almost 20 yards. Second 19. Minute 18 left in the quarter. 41-14 USJ. They scored 34 unanswered after TCA took a 7-0 lead. TCA responded, made it 34-14, and had the ball. And then the Bruins regarnered the momentum on the score. Butler, play fakes, throws, caught by Weiser. Weiser, 30, 35, 37, 38. Almost got the first down. He's going to be just a few yards short. It's going to be third and about 4.
And much more manageable than 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. What we do, we went upfield. We went north and south, baby.
Yep. That's right, dude. At the 37-yard line, 3rd and 4.
Blitz coming.
Handoff to Kobe Moore. Moore's second effort, but he gets to the 40, and that's it, about a yard short.
He is lowering his head, and he's going after it.
He's not scared of him, no doubt about it.
Watch this. He's going to take that ball, protecting that football, lowering that head.
Give his feet churning.
And driving his feet, but just overpowered.
4th and about a yard.
I'm not going to ever fault that effort.
And that will be the end of the third quarter. I think they're going to let the clock run down. Now they get the first down, Stan. Excuse me. Boy, we got a good spot on that. We'll take it, though.
Are you saying we got a friendly spot?
I think we got a good spot, to be honest with you. Yeah. We'll take it, though. That's going to be the last play of the third quarter, though. At the end of 3, TCA moving the ball at their own 41, 1st and 10, but they're down 41-14. This is TCA Football on the TCA Football Network.
At Lonnie Cobb Ford, we now give you a warranty for life on the engine and transmission. That's right, a warranty for life at no cost to you. Unlimited time, unlimited mileage, but it's only at Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
Tired of being seen and not heard? At Lifestyle Vision, we believe in patient-centered quality eye care for West Tennessee, which is why we are locally owned and operated. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
One of the fine sponsors of TCA Athletics, the Blacksmith, downtown Jackson, Tennessee. As we move into the fourth quarter, it's 41-14. USJ leading TCA, but TCA standing up and fighting this half. They're making them work for it. And we put together one drive. They've got one drive. We're trying to put together another drive here to start this fourth quarter and crawl back into this thing a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be 7-7 here in the half, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
41-14, 12 minutes on the clock. First and 10 Lions. Yep. 3 wideouts, far side left. They come with a blitz, and Butler throws it away. Good play. Threw that one away, and Blake not happy with what happened on that and transpired on that play. But his son, Kay, did a good job just unloading that thing. Because, Stan, they had about 2 people right in his wheelhouse, didn't they?
Well, they've been blitzing all night.
Yeah.
This is one of these deals. Instead of sending all 5 in the pattern, you almost got to leave Colby back there just to block.
Now they put they put him back there. He gets the handoff. He's upended after a yard gain. That's about it. 3rd down and 9. Nice tackle by big number 71. Hard to miss that guy. Sawyer.
Well, if he could have got the edge a little bit, he would have had some room.
3rd down and 9.
There was a little bit of a crease there if he could have took that to the C gap.
The Lions and the Bruins. Another big battle in this great series through the years. Play fake, and they go to Waller, incomplete. 8 broke it up on the pass intended 8. So Barksdale breaks it up.
I'm not going to. I like the play call.
I do too.
I like the play call.
So it's 4th down and 9.
Fake.
Well, will Blake punt it this time, or will he go for it? Looks like they're going to bring in the speedsters on the flank, so that would mean that Butler's going to punt the ball, I would think. They'll get it away for about his 35. And nice punt. He's got to roll all night tonight. And this one, though, as I say, that it comes dead about the 21 I spoke to soon.
Except for that one punt.
Right, yeah, that one that only went a yard or 2.
That one that looked like you punted it?
Oh, listen. I was doing a Lambeth game, Coach Freeze's last year, the game that got eliminated from the playoffs. St. X in Chicago. Our punter punted it. The wind was even worse than it is today and tonight, and it went behind him.
I can believe it up there.
In the suburbs of, you could see the skyline of downtown. But
I remember St. X came into Lambeth one year, and they had this kid in warm-ups popping 63-yard field goals in practice.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there going, oh, boy.
We had some fun times over there, didn't we, Stan? That was a happening.
Saturday afternoon on Lambeth was a good time.
It was a happening. 3 wideouts, far side right. They give it to Finch. Why not? He's had a spectacular night, and you lead big in the tackle by a couple of Lions
57.
Back there. Keltner back there, Van Buren back there, and, boy, we haven't called his name out a lot tonight, but big Kendall Boyd was there as well. Boyle.
Kendall's played a lot more tonight.
Yeah, Rooks, others, big guys. And a flag right in the heat of where that tackle was made. Let's see what that's about. Personal foul. Face mask.
Good.
Well, that hurts.
Night, Irene.
And they move the ball all the way up to the 38-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 Bruins. They brought a good crowd across the way, the Columbia blue and white and red. And a good crowd here tonight by your Lions. Our stands were, when I was down the field, I got a good.
Well, it was a late arriving crowd then.
Good of view down there. It's a nice crowd. Not capacity, but a nice crowd. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Handoff Finch. Finch goes far side right.
Keltner.
And Keltner's there along with others. Coming in there, too, was.
Watch this play here. We do a good job. We get the blitz.
Wilkerson.
Yeah, 57. It's 57 that followed off Van Buren.
Van Buren, yep.
He was the one that fogged off the block and made the tackle. My apologies, sir.
He's come up and had a good.
Didn't we have a president named Van Buren?
We did. Martin Van Buren.
So his nickname could very well be Mr. President.
Yeah, we could call him Mr. President. 41-14, 10-12. Didn't Van Buren die in office? I think he did. We'll have to research that. Here's the pass to Barksdale. Broke it up this time. And Keltner said, I've seen this too many times tonight. I'm knocking that baby down.
Can we get the research department on that going?
Well, Jay is great with everything. He probably can Google that and find out for us.
Well, he's chief of security. He'll know things like that.
That's exactly right.
He's TCA's Secret Service.
When he addresses the kids, he said, guys, now Van Buren died when he was in office. No, maybe he didn't die in office. 3rd down and 8.
I've been watching too much History Channel.
I love the History Channel.
I do too.
Hand off Finch. Finch scooting, jiggle-bugging his way to about the 42-43, and he stopped there, and the Lion defense bows up and stops him.
I want to see this play again. Well, it started too late, but that's a good job of pursuit by our defense there. We were not pursuing as well in the first half. We've made some adjustments, and we're pursuing much better.
Yeah, Vance got back there and had good penetration, didn't he? Waller in on the stop. It's going to bring out their punter, English.
And I saw one of our guys, he cut off his pursuit and then started breaking it back based on what was happening down the side of the field, which is proper technique.
Like to see Nick Jones get a return here.
Oh, that's
English, boy, nice, booming, high punt. Nick calls for the fair catch very wisely. Mrs. Jones taught him well, and the ball is at the 27-yard line.
That kick took forever to get off.
That's a really nice punt. That's into the wind a little bit, too.
I mean, but did you see how long it took that punt from the snap to when the punt touches the toe? That was a long time. You got to have a boom, boom, boom on that. You can ask Coach Jasper what's the time from center to toe should it be from to snap at the ball to the punt going off?
I'll ask him.
That took a long time.
He's got that Bethel group playing 6-0, second best start ever for the Wildcats.
I know at the collegiate level they time that stuff.
Brent Dearman had them in 18, lost in the playoffs.
I remember listening to that game on the way home from doing a TCA basketball game.
5 fumbles in the game. Oh, my goodness. Carrying the ball that time was Cooper Bales, and he was shoestringed. It was legal, but, boy, I mean, coming out of nowhere, watch this tackle. Good grief. It's a physical game, folks. Watch him get hit. Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute. Where did that get? That hit was high with a – oh, I wish I could see it one more time.
That was made by Ty O'Neill.
The way he went back,
I think he got him around the shoulder pad.
Said horse collar.
Here's the handoff, Kobe Moore. Kobe running to the 32-33. Gets a few yards. He's going to bring up 3rd down at about 5, Stanley.
Oh.
So the Lions need to convert here. Down to 8.5 left in the game.
I'm watching it again. Oh.
Blake will join us at the end of the game.
Watching that replay, you could have made a case for.
Could you?
For Hanky Panky. Nothing intentional, but it was just something that was there.
Butler hands it off to Moore. Moore dashes his way, jukes his way from maybe a yard or two to the 34. That's about it. It's going to be 4th and about 3 now. And you have to go for it, Stan. 8-14. You don't want the game to get completely away from you, but you're down 41-14, and Moore's going to come out. He's limping now. Hope he's all right. I'm looking for Kai. He's standing up down here, has a wrap around the left knee.
He's got ice on the left knee.
Just ice. That's good that it's just ice and not a cast or anything. And
so that's going to be Jones or there's a freshman running back that's played well.
Here's the tackle. And
low snap, Jones.
Nick Jones. No, I think what they're going to do? They hand the ball off to Jones. I think he was going to lateral the ball back to Butler to throw the ball.
Oh, we can maybe tell by the replay.
Watch this. I think he's going to actually want to throw the ball back to him. Watch this.
And that was a 4th down play.
See there?
No.
Well, maybe not, because Butler didn't act like he was expecting to come back at him.
Yeah, and that was a 4th down play. Why weren't we punting then?
Blake is sort of beside himself down on the sideline.
Could that have been snap went to the wrong guy?
Well, that brings out the defensive unit.
Because we would have been punting the ball on that play from there.
Yeah, of the Lions. It's 41-14, 7:28. They go triples far side right. So they're still attacking, not just running it down here. They give it to Finch, though. Finch has a gaping hole. He's going to go in. 20-15-10, 5. Made that look really, really easy, folks.
And we got another line down.
And from the 30-yard line, is that where the ball was, Stan? 30-yard line? I had the emergency button going off on the phone for some reason. So a 30-yard scamper. Amber alert is what I'm looking for. 47-14.
Yeah, we're going to have a running clock now.
At the 7:20 mark.
Well, a lot of people thought that they would get the running clock a lot sooner.
Yeah, they did, yeah. Sure did.
They put it on Jackson Christian a lot sooner.
And here's the PAT. It is up It is good. 48-14 Bruins. USJ is going to win it. Back after this short break on the TCA Football Network.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Well, Diamond, if Colby Moore can't go, I suggest freshman Eric Kaufman. He played in a game a couple of games ago in some mop-up duty, 11 carries, 44 yards. And he's got a little size to him as well, as I recall.
So it will be the Lions for the possession here, hopefully trying to climb their way back in and make it a little bit more respectable here. They've played well tonight at times. Well, we don't say hellos many times during the during the broadcast, but tonight we're making a little bit of an exception.
Christy
Special night.
Timms.
Richard Skidmore. Remember Richard?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate Richard and his family
You're
tuned
getting
in.
that off the text line.
Christy watching tonight as well. Our lovely friend. Saw where Christy they lost their little dog. My thoughts and prayers for them. I know your pain, Christy. Here's the hugs and prayers to all of you. Kick, and it's gathered
North
in
and
at about
south.
the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and Waller runs out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
That's fine. He went north-south, couldn't get any more. Then Bale got no problem with that.
I'll say this, Stan. There's not a lot, we've said it 2 or 3 times, the only cliche thing to say, not a lot of love lost. But I will say this, the game, I think for the most part, has been really cleanly played between both teams tonight.
I mean, I've seen a couple of things, but, nothing that was overly, what's the right word, egregious?
That's a great word, yes.
What do you use to come up with words like that? Thesaurus?
Yes. 5 minutes left in the game. I'm just going to briefly say a simple word, yes. 48-14. Good job. Doubles each way. And here's the handoff to Nick Jones, and Nick spun around and still hadn't gone down. Now they gang tackle him. Oh, my goodness, there was a late hit there. One guy hit him up top. I think, obviously, he didn't go down, but he sort of did a wrestling move on him, didn't he, Stan?
Well, did the
So it's going to be 2nd and 11, a loss of a yard.
Oh, I'd love to get put together one little drive here. But
Bryson Wiggins is one of the kids that doesn't play tonight. He's on the USJ team, and I'll ask you a trivia question in a minute. Here's the snap back to Butler, and he dropped it, picks it up, and he's going to lose a few more yards back to about the 26. Young man, a sophomore named Bryson Wiggins. Any guesses on your part, Stan, who his grandmother and grandfather are?
Have no idea.
Peggy and Roger Milam.
I saw them in the grocery store.
Yeah.
It was funny. I'm riding the little buggy, and I've got my cane there, and Roger's walking with his cane. I snap that cane up, and I bang it on the floor, and we go with dueling canes. And you should have seen the people in the checkout line, their jaws drop.
Great people.
It was hilarious.
Peggy was our administrative assistant when I was at Lambeth all those years. She knew more about Lambeth than the rest of us did. Here's a snap back, and Butler has to fall on it back at the 20.
I mean, we had dueling canes there in the checkout line at Kroger a couple of weeks ago. It was hilarious.
It's going to be 4th and 21 now for the Lions, 3:14.
There was a woman getting ready to go into the self-checkout. You literally had to have a winch to crank her jaw back up.
Peggy and a gal named the late Nancy McClung knew more about how to run Lambeth than most of the people that were in authority there. I don't mean that demeaning to them. They were just that good.
Well, they were let's face it, they ended up lasting longer than the people actually did run it.
Nice little punt by Butler. Takes a TCA roll, and we'll roll inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line, and there will be down by Nick Jones. 1st and 10 Bruins. I would think Michael Strapp would probably just run the ball now, and you're leading 48-14. I know he has great respect for Blake. Let's see what they do here. The Bruins.
Now, this is going to be the telltale here. Do we see some fresh running backs come into the ball game?
Well, you see Sane going out across the way.
Yeah, it looks like we may be getting a few clean shirts in there.
Noah Spencer's in there. Barksdale's still there. I think Spencer and Barksdale didn't want to go out, but they're going out now. And a good move by Michael.
Okay,
I respect that.
Then I I will respect and I will appreciate that. Then.
Yeah, I think that's a good, classy move on his part. These coaches, they want to beat each other, but I think they do really respect. From the conversations we have with Blake, I think they really respect each other. And they have, as Tim Haney used to say at Trenton Peabody, they got the young pups in. And it's going to be the Bruins with it, with the clock running down to 1:40. Quarterback in this case is Jackson Strapp, the coach's son, and a flag. Is that a flag back there? Or is that just paper on the turf? Ever since Jay said what he did, leave the flags down there, I've been a little gun shy. Yeah. We've been looking for him. So a loss of about 4 yards on the handoff. Yeah, Jackson Christian, the Eagles come in. They've got a good football team.
They were hammering FACS earlier.
That will be TCA's last opponent of the regular season on the 28th.
FACS, yeah.
Jackson Christian next week, then FACS. First time we've been on the road in a while. Oh, my goodness, handoff this time and nothing. The Bruins are going backwards now.
Well,
and down to 50 seconds left. But it's a good chance for the young Bruins to get some snaps.
Well, I just think a 1-yard punt, we give them a score on.
Yeah.
What else was – there was something else silly.
It was 14-7. And the interceptions hurt. A couple of interceptions hurt, yeah.
There was two really just silly scores.
I thought the punt really
– that set the tone.
Turned the thing around completely, didn't it? They took the momentum after that. Scored 34 unanswered after trailing 7-0. And good move here by the Bruins. They're just letting the clock run down, the play clock, that is. Now they finally snap it, give it to the running back, and nothing there at all. And that's going to end the game. The unhappy final here. The Bruins come to town. Actually, stay in town. They
come down the street.
Just come down the street. And it's 48-14, the unhappy final. Congratulations to USJ and their fans and to Coach Strapp and the gang. And the Lions, congratulations on a heck of, I thought, second half. First quarter good, second half good. The second quarter, the second quarter was the undoing.
So it was a 14-7 second half.
Yeah, as what? 48-14, the unhappy final. We'll take a break, be back with the post game and Coach Butler. All of that coming up next after this on the TCA Football Network.
She's a beauty, isn't she?
My parents said they would buy me a car for college. This is perfect.
Well, this one isn't for sale, but I can tell you how to win it.
It's time for the 4th annual Lifeline Car Giveaway.
And Joe Mahan Ford is proud to donate a car again this year.
Get blood with Lifeline between Memorial Day and Labor Day for a chance to win a 2019 Ford EcoSport. Join Lifeline
and Joe Mahan Ford and give blood this summer.
It's easy.
And you could save a life.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's Warranty Forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Waterwell Solutions offers experienced water well drilling and service throughout the greater West Tennessee area. Whether you need a 4-inch residential well or a 16-inch irrigation or municipal well, they have you covered. Waterwell Solutions has locations in Summerville and Brownsville with a fleet of service trucks and well service technicians that are ready to cover your service needs. If you need residential well service or a new water well, give them a call at 731-779-1275.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
Well, our producer director does a great job. Jay Cashin tells us we're back, and we are back here at 10 Windy City Road. And the Bruins of USJ have come around the corner a couple of miles, and they've pinned a 48-14 loss on our TCA lines. Welcome back, everybody. Diamond Dave McCulley along with Stan Gerard. Trace Robertson, a great job on our camera tonight. And it was the Bruins pulling away. 7-0 TCA led. They scored at the 6:46 mark of the first stanza on a Tompkins 1-yard run after a 74-yard drive. 7-0 after the Hosinger PAT. Looked pretty good for the Lions for a while. But then the Bruins come right back. Good teams answer, and they did just that. 2:23 left in the first stanza. Finch, a 6-yard run, capping off an 80-yard drive. PAT by USJ made it 7-7. Then the Bruins at the 10:39 mark capped off a 72-yard drive on a Barksdale halfback pass to Sane, and the PAT made it 14-7 Bruins. That was a taste of what was to come the rest of the half. A 20-yard run by Sane, we'll make it Finch, capped off a 21-yard drive, 21-7 after the PAT. That at the 7:05 mark of the second. 3:07 left. Finch, a 4-yard pass from Pettigrew, made it 28-7 after the PAT. And USJ took the ball at 2:05 in the half, and then at 1:15, didn't take them long, they went right down the field, 67-yard pass, Pettigrew to Barksdale, who was just sensational all night tonight. After the catch, he made a sensational run. PAT was no good, made it 34-7. That's how we stood at halftime. The Lions came right out in the second half, though. Waller from Butler, and 34-14, the 2-yard pass, and it was an 81-yard drive. And the Lions looked like they might get back in it. They had a possession, too, and then Spencer picked off a pass, and then a 21-yard run. Finch, and the gates flew wide open. They added a couple more touchdowns, they being USJ. Finch, the guilty culprit, if you're a Lion fan, made it 48-14. They scored the last score they had at the 7:20 mark of the ball game. Blake Butler is coming up to talk to us. Stan will have some scores for you on the Thompson & Smith Insurance scoreboard. We'll have that coming up here in a matter of moments as well. Let's do this. Let's take a short break, Jay, if we can, and we'll come back. Coach Butler and scores. It's coming up next here on the postgame as the Bruins beat the Lions 48-14. This is TCA Football.
She's a beauty, isn't she?
My parents said they'd buy me a car for college. This is perfect.
Well, this one isn't for sale, but I can tell you how to win it.
It's time for the 4th annual Lifeline Car Giveaway.
And Joe Mahan Ford is proud to donate a car again this year.
Get flood with Lifeline between Memorial Day and Labor Day for a chance to win a 2019 Ford EcoSport. Join Lifeline.
And Joe Mahan Ford and give blood this summer.
It's easy.
And you could save a life.
Lifestyle Vision, located at Thompson Farms, offers patient-centered, comprehensive eye exams. Select your new look with our latest styles from exclusive brands. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
27 years ago, a vision became a reality and Snookums Steakhouse officially opened. We cut our steaks in-house and our ribeyes are full of flavor. The steak trimmings are used to make our certified Angus beef steak burgers, so when you order at Snookums, you are getting high quality. Enjoy our salad bar and mini dessert. Also try our famous family recipe, the Pink Lush Fruit Salad. Come visit Snookum Steakhouse in Henderson, Tennessee. We are open evenings Tuesday through Saturday but closed Sunday and Monday. Snookum Steakhouse. Come taste the difference.
In just a minute, we'll be talking to TCA coach Blake Butler. Here's a look at the Thompson-Smith Insurance scoreboard in the third quarter. Webb is giving Middle Tennessee Christian all they want, 36-21. Final, Ripley 31, Bolton 0. Final, Lexington 17, Chester County 14. Final, Covington 45, Dyer 18. The rest of these are finals, by the way. Milan wins 28-6. West Carroll 44-0 over Greenfield. Hardin County over Liberty 70-6. Haywood over South Gibson 49-17. Peabody defeats Humboldt 40-6. JCM gets the win over Ezel Harding tonight 21-13. Crockett County knocks off Northside 31-0. Southside over McNary 41-7. Dyersburg defeats Millington 21-20. Riverside over Adamsville 47-21. 55-14. Union City over Camden. Lewis County 33, Scotts Hill 0. JCS 49, FACS 3. And that's a look at your Thompson-Smith's final look at the scoreboard. And we'll have Diamond Dave talking to Coach Butler here in just a second.
Thank you very much, Dad. The unhappy final here, 48-14. Lions have a good first quarter at the 6:26 mark. They score, make it 7-0. Blake Butler, I thought you kids came out and played really well there early. And second quarter sort of undoing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's, just riding the roller coaster of our youth right now. And, we talked a little bit at halftime, just, some real simple things. And, the biggest thing, if you talk to guys that played in Super Bowls, big games, rivalry games, big high school rivalry games, the hardest part is just controlling your emotions and doing what you know to do. And, and that's something that, I think I probably could have prepared them a little bit better for, just being able to understand, like, guys, it's an emotional game. You've got to be able to ride the tides. And I think it got the better of us, there in the first half, and we made some mistakes that honestly we haven't made. We've made plenty this year with this young team, but, it's a learning experience for them. Credit to USJ. They've got a good ball club. But like I said, it's there's a lot still out there for, our team to correct and get better. And, the biggest thing about young guys is, they're going to grow, but, the impatience of coach, you want it right now. And
sure.
I hope they realize how close they are of really putting it all together.
No doubt about it. Stan brought up a good point at halftime. You probably told the kids at halftime, look, it's nothing. Let's go out and play. And I thought we played right with them in the second half for the most part.
Yeah, and just, I think we kind of, the emotion of it got out. And then it's like we settled in and played. And it's, like I said, there's plenty out there for us to, correct. But like with anyone, any loss, any win, you let it kind of settle for 24 hours, and then you reflect on it. You get better. Old saying, I think I say it every week, is never as bad as it seems. It's never as good as it seems. And, just kind of trying to find that even keel mentality of being able to, bad play happens, put it behind you.
Sure.
And, hey, good play happens. We can't rest on it. Let's go make the next one. And I think still searching for, like I said, the consistency, and I think once this team figures out the consistency, that's our real next big step forward that we need to make.
You see it even on the Pro Golf Tour. One bad shot, you can't let that bother you, because you're going to make it. The next one's going to be a bad one if you let it bother you.
I know I've made plenty of bad shots on a golf course.
No doubt. I guess one of the big questions too, and I know you have to be careful with your diagnosis and those kind of things. Lakai Tompkins went out. What's his situation?
He was walking on the field after the game. I think he just kind of a bad shot, and kind of, probably scared him a little bit at first, but everything felt solid. And
good.
Like I said, he was walking around unassisted afterwards. And
best news we heard tonight.
And so, we're hopeful everything's going to be fine with him. And like I said, he's another, again, young, talented guy that's got a lot of good football ahead of him. And, unfortunately, he had to go out tonight. But, like I said, I think he'll bounce back and be okay. And like I said, we'll keep an eye on it. But I think he's going to be fine.
And Kobe came out limping a little bit. Is he okay?
He did. He just got rolled up a little bit, and if we just kind of made a decision that hey, let's go ahead and just rest him. And once the game was at a point where it was out of hand, we just said there's nothing to gain putting him back out there. So. That's one of the reasons he came out, but Colby will be fine.
Another important game, another arch rival next week, Jackson Christian.
Yeah, another opportunity. We're fighting for, playoff seeding and things like that, and, a good ball club, and like I said, another local team, and, we don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. We got to regroup and have a good week of practice and get ready to go get after Jackson Christian next week.
Always so gracious to us, Blake, win or lose, and certainly we've had more wins than losses, but let's go get them next week, and great to be with you again tonight.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Hey, I wish we could have given you a better outcome for your 3,000.
That's
but,
okay. That's all right. You tried. That's all I can ask.
We appreciate your work with us, Dave.
Appreciate it, Blake. Appreciate it very much. Blake Butler, as the Lions fall here tonight, 48-14, to arch rival USJ. Stan will be back here, the good Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise with Jay and all the gang. We'll be back here next week. Jackson Christian, airtime 6:30.
Second place in the region is beyond the line. The winner is second, the loser is third. So clear and definable terms. I'd sure like to finish second in this region. Jackson Christian hold the head of FACS tonight. They hold the heads of Hardin County and Rosemark, just like we hold their heads. There's no reason that we won't hold FACS's head by a similar score if we wanted to. Thus, in my mind, and many people's mind, maybe the simpleton way of thinking, but it says it's got the possibilities of being a good, competitive football game. And believe you me, you know as well as I do, we owe them a couple.
Well, no doubt about it.
We owe them a couple.
I missed a score. We had a scenario tonight in the pregame talking about Milan could finish second or be out. How did they do tonight?
Won tonight.
All right, so they're probably in the playoffs, no doubt. Stan, great to work with you again tonight.
Yes, sir.
My special thanks to Jay Cashin. My special thanks to Stan Gerard, my partners in crime tonight. And again, 3,000's in the book. And I'll just say this. I appreciate TCA. I appreciate all you folks, all the high schools and colleges we've covered through the years. Good Lord's blessed us with health, and I really do appreciate the hospitality and the graciousness and the blessings of TCA tonight. Really nice presentation to us at halftime. For Jay, for Stan, and the entire TCA family, always good to be with you. God bless you. Have a great evening, great weekend, and no matter who you pull for, just do it in the good spirit of the good Lord. From TCA, good night, everybody.